you laughing at?
Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Chill out. We back, man. Yeah.
Hey.
What's the deal? What's the word, Viral Gang? Back at y'all with another one. Shout out all the VwP members, man. Y'all see what's going on by now. It's your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, a.k.a. the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. And yes, I'm going to scream all day. I don't care if you like it or not.
I got a 4 hours. You screaming?
Yeah.
Screaming, talking about one mic screaming over all of us.
Now the niggas at work trying to keep their shit quiet. Like, you yelling and niggas care.
Nah, they ain't playing. They ain't complaining.
Nigga, you in the headphones, you in the earbuds.
Nah, it's just certain environments you got to assert dominance. Over here, I could be a little more laxed and chillax, you feel me? But we got LBC Messiah the Great here to lead the way. We got Show 5200 in the building, east side to the east side. And we got Brandon, a.k.a. Uncle Ruckus in the building. What's the deal?
With the feet out.
I was gonna say that fan favorite now. He's back. They've been waiting for you. Where Brandon at? So yeah, he back.
We got him, and we definitely got to revisit the Carmelo Anthony case because y'all been pointing it out, man. Bring Brandon back. He was right. Y'all gonna admit y'all was wrong, man. We gonna get into that, but before we get into that, look, niggas don't do no research.
I want to do one thing though. I want to shout out to Joe Moses on that. I heard him on that new RJ song, man. He shouted out. He said 3 up high like King Jazz, man. Rest in peace to King Jazz. Shout out Joe for that.
Rest in peace, King Jazz. That's right. What I was finna get into. We got new music.
RJ, Omnio Foe.
RJ just dropped his new album, Omnio Foe. If y'all familiar with RJ, he's famous for the Omnios. You know, and they all been bangers so far. That's what really got me on his music was the Omnios. So let's go around the room for the people who listen to it and y'all give a full review. I'll do mine last since they say I be over talking. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, no,
that nigga ain't listen to it. He talking about do mine last. I'm talking about both these. 1, 2, nigga. That's why he don't never want to go last. This nigga. That's the mama go last.
That's on Jesus Christ. I just listened to the whole album in the gym.
Yeah, so you got better perspective than me because I only got through like 6 or 7 songs. But the ones I did, because I listened to it when I was in traffic once you sent it. But it sound good. It sound like a little West Coast vibe. It sound like RJ. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get through everything, but as far as what I did here, it sound good.
I ain't gonna lie. The first half, off top, is fire. I love the fact that he was giving homage to like a lot of beats. He did the little remix of Lil Kim. He did it like in a masculine way.
That's when it's crazy. A lot of his, not to cut you off, a lot of his biggest songs be remixing other people's beats, like the old
Ride
schools.
With Me.
Yeah.
That was like the Hot Boys. You
exactly.
Know what I'm saying?
The
Juvie and all that. But what I was getting at is, I love how he was paying homage to just like cuts that, like back in the day that like now that on TikTok it replays, it'll get way more popping. And he did the little remix with B Braves, that West Side YGs. I'm like, damn, my nigga, I ain't heard this shit in a minute. It made me go back and bump the real shit.
It's kind of smart, but sometimes people fault people for doing that. But it is kind of smart because those people that's older that it takes them back once they hear just that sound.
Shout out to my nigga Kali. It brought me back to nostalgic feeling. You know what I'm saying? I heard that beat Braves. I'm all like, damn, nigga, that shit go hard.
So I'm gonna keep it real. Like I said, I listened to all the Omnios from 1 through, like you said, about 6 or 7. I'm like, okay, this some shit. In the middle of the album, it started to sound the same. That was my one critique with RJ. He gonna make bangers for sure. He gonna make the club bangers. He gonna make the bangers for the whip. He gonna make the bangers for the gym. But I'm looking for the range. I'm looking for the variety. I'm looking for the substance. He did sort of get into that pocket with the track with Dom Kennedy. 2 of them ones. I'm glad to see Dom back outside. You know, Dom, he always been a West Coast staple. I don't know why he ducked away and ain't been dropping. Because Dom was, man, he was top 5 on the West for a minute back in 2012.
Yo, top 5.
Man, you crazy. Dom had the West going crazy, bro.
Who you putting over Dom, bro?
Yeah, right. Like, what are you talking about? We'll get into that next. Hold on, let's just finish the album review. Because he's crazy as hell, bro.
Don't say y'all. Y'all gotta start being direct when niggas talk.
Short is crazy as hell.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, so like to put niggas in one box.
No, okay, so the song Ramen with Joe Moses was dope. Shout out to Joe Moses. He gave a shout out to the dead homie. Shout out King Jazz. Rest in peace, King Jazz. He said 3 up top like King Jazz. So rest in peace, King Jazz. That was a banger. I like Hotline. You know what? Lefty Gunplay did good.
Hey, he did.
I'm not gonna lie. Lefty Gunplay did good. I gotta give him his props.
I was the one who said Lefty's pretty good.
No,
I was the one telling
you.
y'all.
He did his shit right there, bro. You know I like his substance.
You know what made me laugh on one of the songs? It's called On God. It was basically talking about, nigga, I knocked down so many bitches, I forgot that I even fucked this bitch and I got reintroduced. I was like, nigga, real niggas know that feeling. Like, yeah, we did.
Bro, that's on God, nigga.
Hey.
I done ran into chicks.
Yeah, and you forgot?
And tried to get her number like I never knew her. She like, you don't remember me? I'm like, ooh.
Come on, bro. Hey, when I was
walking, that's you I was trolling.
Hey, man, come on, dog. I laughed. I said, damn, this is a real nigga song. A lot of people ain't gonna like it unless you lived it.
Nah, for sure.
I gotta say something about the Lefty Gunplay situation.
Go ahead.
See, I talked about him. I said, bro had a lot of potential. I said, bro had a few things he needs to work on, mostly his addictions and habits. But Lefty Gunplay, if he gets his shit together, he could really be a force on the West Coast. Like, as far as coming from the Hispanic community, bro just got to get his shit together. But I think Lefty got a lot of versatility, man. He might not be like top 5 or nothing like that, but he can hang with the best of them if he's on his.
He self-proclaimed the best SA rapper. He said it on the song. He said it on there.
I don't know if he a real Chicano though. I think he's white and Guatemalan.
It don't even matter right now.
Like a half and half.
Right now, though.
No, I'm just saying, the Mexicans, they'll throw that out.
But
Chicanos
he's not really half, nigga. They're white Spaniards mixed with indigenous.
I
niggas,
know,
so
but according to them, they'd be like, I be reading comments. They like, he's half white and half. But then when you start talking about the colonization, they get mad when you start bringing up the colonization.
But regardless, he run with them. We look at him. We look at him as one of them.
But Hispanics love mixing with white people. They say it's for the betterment of the race. So stop being so hypocritical, guys.
But shout out to Lefty.
They got a whole term for it.
I like Lefty because I like that he's more open to being authentic. He doesn't shy away from who he is and those things in that nature. So if he just has constant repetition and works on his craft, I believe a lot of them has potential to become better. And I think him being grounded in that way is what's helping him because he's getting featured like these from the hip hop culture, and that's gonna push him forward.
Now, I would say I would like to see how he transitions outside of the West, because he gonna get love here because he talking the shit that we live here. But I'm curious to see what they think about him in Florida, what they think about him in Chicago, Baltimore, DC. That's when you know you making waves, because oftentimes we get caught in our own little bubble out here. Like, oh, he cracking. Then you go out of state, they like, who the fuck is that?
Well, you know what, though? You got to conquer your backyard first. So let's let him be who he is right now out here, and then let him build up his versatility, and then let him conquer. So right now it's stages. Let him build himself up until he get there. I don't think he's ready to be on the national scene yet, but definitely regional wise, he can definitely conquer that.
Did RJ do any features with Royce the Choice?
I don't think so.
Let me see.
I don't think he had none with YG.
Oh, one of the dopest songs where he was dropping some substance, which was what I was looking for, was Breaking Codes with Big Sad.
Oh yeah,
that's when I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, bro. I'm looking for that range. We know you got club bangers, bro. The whole album does not have to be club bangers. I'm looking for RJ to step outside of his comfort zone. So I was happy with that track.
Because the only 2 albums I really listened to from RJ was Rich Off Mackin 1 and 2 with Royce the Choice. And Royce is more like a very lyrical guy, super smart, great lines. And I had always wanted RJ to lean into that more. He's a much better rapper than I think a lot of people give him credit for, but I do feel like he kind of panders to like the more ignorant audience who doesn't really want to hear anything that's deeper in depth. So, bro, you getting old, bro. You need to lean into the more conscious, like elevated shit.
I think he does that when he does those freestyles. When he be doing like those freestyles on Power 106, I notice he be trying to dip and throw little bars out there. So maybe he is in transition to, do that.
I think with a lot of artists too, not just him, a lot of artists in general got to get back to storytelling. Once you put the storytelling, that separates a lot of artists from bigger artists, because most of the greats are able to tell stories in their music.
Ain't pitching.
RJ is a good storyteller too, though. If you go listen to some of them other Omnios, he got dope stories. He'll bring you
Break it
along.
down,
Yeah, he'll break it down.
He got some sing about me's and all that type of stuff.
I don't know if it's on that level, but I have heard songs where RJ was telling the story, and it's like, oh, that was
Well,
dope.
shit, Ride
Matter of
With
fact,
Me.
well, you
Ride With Me was
Bingo.
he was talking about he was talking about flocking.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying on that song. You know
I was
what
just
mean?
about to say that.
And
Him and Nip.
Yeah, he was talking about that with flocking and all that. So I mean,
I mean, when you have a storytelling, like the whole song is about a story, not just
it
Ride
is.
With Me was more.
It was more commercial. It's not like niggas
That was
bleed
just
like Big.
that was just a verse.
I'm
Like,
saying
I think he had a Dear Mama song, so I don't know if his mama passed or not, because she's on the cover. He's putting a chain on her, and the intro is, I think she left a message on his cell phone. Like, yeah, boy, I heard you out here buying all these houses.
Yeah.
When you gonna let me come see one of these houses? So I'm not sure, but I think that was along the lines of the theme of the album, because he started with his mama and then he ended with Dear Mama.
I love
So I'm not sure, but shout out to RJ if that is true, because the intro was lit. He set the tone with that.
But really,
I love also too where he was talking about real life. He was talking about real life situation. He was talking about, I was living right there off of Normies when the 9-0s and A-Trays was going at it, and that's real talk. It was once upon a time, it was hot over there. So he was really spitting on real talk when you really from the culture, and no shade to the niggas on No Jumper, but they really probably won't even catch up on that because it's little things like that people don't know about unless you live there.
why would the niggas on No Jumper not know that when one of the niggas is
I'm talking
OG
about
from A-Tray and another?
I'm not talking
It's
about
every
that.
gang up
he
there.
said no shade. Why
Nah,
you even
shut
mentioning
up.
niggas?
I know. Why you even bring them up? This
Listen,
nigga
wait a
crazy.
minute, bro.
They got an
Listen,
A-Tray
bro.
up there, nigga.
Listen,
I'm
show,
talking about
And Hefe. You talking
he's
about the
fairly
audience?
new. I'm
Show
talking
you
about
are
fairly
a-
new.
I know you talking about the audience or something?
show you
No.
are a seasoned podcaster at this point. When you was new, I would have let that shit slide.
We ain't
man.
letting that one slide.
But you gonna have to fucking
Hold on.
explain that.
What I'm saying is niggas be up there and sometimes don't know what they talking about.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that right now. Some niggas be up there don't know what they
Nah,
talking
that- but you gotta get it. What I'm saying is you gotta get in
He's fairly
tune,
new, though.
because
He's not necessarily
he from
even-
A-Tray.
But he's not
No.
necessarily counting him. I understood what you were saying
Yeah,
with that. Yeah,
I
but
didn't understand because
I
he's
didn't
from
understand
A-Tray.
why you brought him up, but I understand what you mean. Like it's
I didn't get that one.
It's went over your head. It's all right, Viral.
It didn't go over my head. It was
Nah,
like, where
so
that
just
come
be saying
Hey, but
shit.
you know,
I knew what he was on.
hey, I told you that's why I call him Mr. Where the fuck did that come from?
Man,
Because
out of left
that
field.
nigga just be,
But
what
to
the
say,
fuck?
but
Show
we
wanted
was
smoke.
talking.
He said, nigga, I'm
We
starting a hole.
was talking about Dom, and he just dropped in what, May? I think he got a song called "Riding Through Elmont."
When was Dom ever top 5?
Hold on,
Man,
let,
Dom
let me
is
give one
hard.
shout out to RJ, because he
Yeah.
did drop a fact on the album that I didn't see anyone mention yet. He said, me and 03 started the verses.
Oh, he did.
If you run
Man.
back to history, before Timberland and all of that,
Hey,
the COVID,
CG,
when we was still
there.
outside,
We was
because we
there.
was there.
We was there. It
We
was
went
lit.
to the verses. It was lit.
It was lit.
You had all the grape streets up here. You had all of the Athens Park over
RJ called
here.
him a green grape. Yeah,
You
that's-
had all the Mexicans down here. You had Pookie F and Rude hosting. Shout out to Pookie F and Rude. It was in Santa Ana at the observatory.
Mhm.
That shit was lit, and they did kick off the verses
Facts.
because they did it on the gram. Remember, they was doing a diss song
Back
back
yep.
to back to back, and then they boom brought it together. Both of their hoods on stage, performed
And it
both of
wasn't
their
no
Why do I
bullshit.
feel like
And
I
it wasn't
might
no
have-
bullshit.
It was in the small
At the
room
observatory.
at the observatory.
No, it was in the big
Or the big
one.
one.
The big
Oh,
one.
I feel like I remember that
The
shit.
big one, because they had bitches from Great, nigga, hanging over the
up there.
balcony popping ass.
Yup.
I'm like, ooh,
Nice.
this bitch finna fall in offers, nigga. She popping ass.
And
up
no, we
there.
was there to witness that. That low key was like one of the best verses ever. And like you said, it kicked it off, and then everybody started following. He did do that.
Exactly.
Hey,
but-
Shout out to RJ for that.
Hey, but it's just like Dom said, since he's not top 5,
I
it's
just
like
said when he
niggas
was
from
top
the West
5
do
on
it
the
better
West.
and they don't mention it.
2012.
That's been a recurring theme with West Coast music for a long time. We do some shit that's amazing. Niggas see it, they give it no credit, they give us no props, and then they go and try to repackage it and then take credit for it. That's one of the biggest things with Dom. Like you saying he not top 5.
I just said
But-
when he was top 5.
2013.
Top 5 in
What
my
you said?
opinion.
When Get Home Safe came out, Dom was top 5,
Get Home
bro.
Safe from the West Side with Love,
From
nigga.
the
all
West
that.
Side with Love,
But
the
what-
yellow tape. Like, what are you talking
You
about,
can't,
cuz?
yeah. But
I'm
the,
trying to say
the
it's
thing with
2012.
Dom, I would say, which is why I know niggas are haters, Dom is an independent West Coast artist who has seen major success. And when you talk about like E40, dudes like that, independent artists, they're in a league of their own, bro. Because a lot of this shit, the people we would call top 5, you're not top 5 in my opinion if you complaining about how CEOs and record labels and fucked you over, or you fucking over record labels getting deals and then trying to run and double sell. That shit happens. To me, Dom ain't never complained. Dom's always been independent. Dom always came with quality bars. He's really overachieved because you've seen the progression of his skills, his skill set. Dom touring all over the world, bro. He's much like Mac Dre to me.
I want to go back to your point though, as far as like us not getting credit. I think a lot of that stems from, a lot of niggas on the West Coast, we not together. A lot of niggas be hating on each other too much. So even if they know something, people won't necessarily come out and say it. Like, you're not going to go on another coast and they start something, they're going to push as the coast and support whoever started it and make sure people know. And even the people that do start it, like him just putting it on the track, he might have needed to come out and the way the metaverse is now and say it itself. Like, he started this just to remind people and then maybe show some footage of that. But I think a lot of people on the West will not just support it because they want to be the ones to do it first or however it may come. I just think it's a lot of haters on our side, and that's why a lot of people don't get pushed to the forefront.
This is where I'm going to just call cap on viral. And then when we was talking about the top 5 or top 10 West Coast rapper, you never once brought up Dom Kennedy.
Brother,
we know you never did,
hold on.
bro.
Can I elaborate? Hold on. Can I elaborate?
We can run that back. You love to run back the tapes. On me, you did not name him that.
Can I elaborate?
Go ahead, brother.
We said of all time.
Again.
So I said at a point, Dom was top 5 on the coast. At a point. I did not say of all time. See, you got to be specific when you talk. Right. In 2013, Dom and Nip was like Kobe and Shaq. Every track they got on, it was out of here. Dom is one of the only West Coast artists, independently, like you said, who he could drop no new music, chill for 6 months, and put up tour dates, and every one of the motherfuckers out here be sold out.
But Short just necessarily said he wasn't top 5 in L.A., and then
Nigga,
y'all went back and forth.
In 2013.
But he was just saying in general.
2011, 2012, 2013.
He said he's not top 5 in LA, and y'all said who? Then y'all said he is. So that's what he said.
At the time, not of all time. I said at the time, he was top 5. Because who can you name over Dom at that time?
Nobody.
In 2012,
name 5.
Probably YG at that time was popping.
Hell no.
YG.
Why is he commercially successful? He's nowhere near the rapper, nowhere near the producer.
Commercial success, that has to count.
That does count. But what I'm telling you, top 5 is not just about who sold the most records. I promise you
we
today.
We just said popping,
no,
right?
Look, let him name 5. Go ahead.
We just said
YG.
YG. I'm trying to think, because 2012 was a minute
Kendrick?
ago.
2013, 2012.
Kendrick
was popping.
Yeah,
Kendrick was out there. Probably the whole little TDE card. You know what I'm saying?
No, don't say the whole TDE card. Name rappers. J-Rock wasn't over Dom at that time.
I'm going to say, I think Greedo was still popping at that time.
What?
In 2012, bro, you got to realize.
Greedo was not popping in 2012? Greedo got popping in like 2017.
Damn. I'm trying to think because 2012 was a minute.
You got to think that hard, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. You're capping.
Game was popping for sure.
Bro, see you bringing up legends,
this
bro.
nigga is crazy.
You said in 20, nigga, hold on.
Dom was top 5, bro.
Not in 20, man. Hold on.
Dom was top 5, bro.
1997, nigga. Yeah, you don't
right. He don't even know.
You don't know Dom music.
Yeah, he don't know Dom music.
No. I do know John. I knew.
Crenshaw Midnight.
Dom Kennedy.
2012 is when Good Kid, Mad City came out. So you got to think about that. You got to think about that era.
You cannot name 5. Dom Kennedy.
Man, nigga, you threw me on the spot right now, nigga.
Right, because if you're going to say it that confidently, you got to know.
I'm going to keep it real with you, bro.
Dom walked so Larry June could run. Larry June exists right now because of all the work Dom Kennedy put in.
Before niggas start talking about top 5, anything, niggas who say they know about, first you got to give me some criteria. Because niggas will change the rules around to make the person. I'm
going to tell you this. I'm really from LA.
If you go by catalog, success, and I'm talking about how much of your money you're keeping, not I'm signed to Atlantic, nigga, and they hoeing me.
Artist. Nipsey was hot in 2012.
Listen,
but I'm saying,
who
you never a time when
with?
niggas was like here, like wasn't nobody out here like, oh, Dom Kennedy's running the city. I've never heard that, bro.
Yeah, they was.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. He has a cult following, bro. Just say you're out the loop.
I'm not out the loop, bro. I
You're
just
out the loop.
He was in it, but
did you listen to Get Home Safe when it dropped?
Bro, I listened to
that was the best album when that dropped.
This. Dom Kennedy did a song with Freddie Gibbs. Have you heard that?
That's my point.
What does that mean?
It don't matter, my nigga.
What does that mean?
What I'm saying is you're not in the loop.
You're a Freddie Gibbs fan. I'm not in the loop with Freddie Gibbs.
It don't matter, my nigga.
Nah, his single, My Type of Party. That was out in 2012.
That's what I said.
That was one song. That was the banger. Yeah.
Hold on. This how I know he better not say nothing. Because we was going to downtown Fullerton at that time.
I disagree. This nigga talking about you better not say nothing. This nigga just want to find anything to argue about. I'm the one who looked it up. Nigga, you didn't even know. Remember that was 2012.
No, he went over his head.
Yeah, My Type of Party. That was actually one of his best songs.
Dom got some straight hits. Also,
but it was a lot of different artists out that made hot songs at that time. So to say,
they wasn't over Dom.
Who was the
But
other nigga who was beefing with YG that like what? Problem. Like them niggas.
Problem was up
you
there.
just try to put anybody over.
Bro,
let me
Problem was
hot.
Listen what I'm saying.
That song was hot.
No, listen what I'm saying. I'm giving you credit. Problem was hot then. But what I'm saying is, it was Nip, Dom, Problem. You had Nip was cracking. YG always cracking.
Kendrick was cracking.
Was RJ out there?
Matter of fact, that's when Kendrick really got cracking. That's when Good Kid, Mad City came out.
I'm not giving you no credit because I know everything Show is saying is purely based off of marketing success. Dom did not have none of the marketing, none of the distribution
That's his fault, though.
No, but listen, this is what I'm telling you. You can't be like, I'm in the culture and I'm talking about hip-hop. You have to understand, a nigga can have skills, but if the nigga can't get in the NBA, you can't be like, oh, that nigga ain't nowhere near as good as Kobe. Dom went another route that, in my opinion, makes him more successful than a lot of them dudes.
Omnio,
but when
the first Omnio was in 2013.
dropped 2013.
But when Dom,
that's my point.
No, he wasn't over Dom though.
But when Dom,
nigga, his shit
he wasn't over Dom. Dom was already established, nigga.
But when Dom,
he was up there though, nigga. RJ was up there, my nigga.
Bro, you ain't dropping no facts, nothing.
What
You
zero?
said
It's all
and
it's
then
all
when I
personal,
say that, you jump to RJ Omnio, nigga.
The Omnio,
show,
nigga. So niggas wasn't slapping the Omnio.
This man Dom,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Niggas be contradicting
Dom
you.
didn't have none of the assistants that these other niggas had, and he still was able to hang with everybody. I've never seen a song Dom was on where he got crushed. When he was on with Kendrick and held his own with Kendrick, my nigga.
Cut for sure got crushed. What song you talking about?
Crenshaw at Midnight. He was on songs with Rick Ross and all them. Dom always step up to the plate.
Dom
He'll
always
never
got
get
a dope
rolled
verse.
over.
He always
He'll
got a
never
dope
get
verse.
steamrolled. And I've heard YG get steamrolled by niggas.
Sure.
Why was he even on this?
Like he did songs with Nip, and they both was like, damn, both of them killed it. Both of their verses.
I think
was
y'all
hot.
just hype.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Dom ain't talented.
I just think you was out the loop, gang.
Nah, bro. I was in. Bro, we were talking about. You said 2012. You threw me on the spot. I'm low key started looking up albums and people that was bumping at the time. Niggas was slapping all those other niggas I was just naming.
I'm gonna say 2013 was when he started peaking, because that's when that Get Home Safe dropped. That's when it's like, oh, this nigga is here. Because you got to remember the Yellow Tape. It was like, okay,
I
coming.
forgot about it. This is my type of party.
He's coming. My type of party.
But see, again, 2012 is a minute ago, bro. That's why I'm all like, damn, what was out at that time?
Shout out to Dom, man. You got to pop back outside, bro.
Listen, man, Dom, they out here trying to, niggas got revisionist history and selective memory. Everybody on the West, everybody in LA know Dom is easily.
So they said that. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Everybody know that Dom is easily top 5 independent artist, which to me makes it hit even harder. It's niggas that really aren't even that good who out here niggas talking about they great and they amazing. Dom is a legend on the West Coast. I'm not letting nobody throw smut on his name or devalue.
So I don't think he never said he wasn't a legend. But look, I just looked up. They said LA Weekly the 5 best Los Angeles rap albums of 2012, and it was down near the TDE camp, like he said. Schoolboy Q, Habits and Contradictions, Good Kid, Mad City. They said Absol Control System. I can't believe they put Freddie Gibbs. He's not from out here, is he?
That's commercial.
Now go to 2013.
Then they had Y100, 400 Degrees.
Man, that's
and
commercial
so
shit.
look, and then Joe Moses at Nothing From Something was out in 2013, and that shit that he had Fresh Out with Tory Lanez. It had I'm a Gang Banger with YG. Like all this shit was popping.
There's a lot of niggas hot.
That's what I'm saying.
The music was low key.
Low key,
like,
the
on a
music.
different
It
level.
was more. Let me say this. It was more competitive on the West at that time. In 2012, 2013.
Dom name was at the top, bro. He was
I'm
top
not
5
saying he,
at the
bro.
time. That's all I'm saying is he was top
It's
5
like
at the time, bro.
It's like comparing Snoop Dogg to E40. Snoop Dogg, niggas will say, yo, he's a bigger name than E40. He's a better rapper. He's not a better rapper than E40. The difference with Snoop Dogg and E40 is an independent artist. Snoop Dogg has had a lot of corporate, investment. So when you got to make a decision. Are you going to judge who you think is the best based on who they telling you or who they giving you or who you've listened to them and said, this is the best? Because I think LaRussell now is top 10.
I fuck with LaRussell.
Yeah, but they ain't going to put him in nothing like what you reading off of right now.
Is he really top 10 or is his
Easy.
Do he just spit positive music or he doesn't really show too much versatile, no
what are you talking about? LaRussell is the most versatile nigga on the West.
Go. Give me a bar.
Bro, I feel
give me a bar.
Here they
go.
He's so good. I wouldn't even be able to do his bars.
This is what I'm saying.
Hey, hold on.
I never heard nothing where I had to rewind his music to be like, I that was a bar that I didn't understand.
Go listen
or
to
it was more than one three-way.
I listened to his shit.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
He ate that shit, bro.
I'm not saying he's not good. But I just want to go back to what you were saying.
Russell better than Dom Kennedy.
E40 is a bad
Nah,
take.
you tripping, nigga. Russell's not better than Dom Kennedy, bro.
Russell better than Dom
No,
Kennedy.
he's not better than
The Dom Kennedy
No, he's
disrespect
not.
is wild.
Russell's better.
Russell's better. Bar
You're
for bar,
crazy.
Russell
No,
is
he's not better than Dom.
Yes, go do your
He
research.
don't make
What
you're
I-
crazy.
He just said.
What I
Dom-
would say, what I would say is Dom Kennedy is more accomplished than LaRussell.
All right.
In that way, Dom Kennedy is better.
But bar for bar.
Rapping wise, lyrics, LaRussell is better than YG and all these niggas you
No.
Let me ask you this.
changing the criteria.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
What songs do y'all know from LaRussell besides the clips y'all see?
Grinding. You got a Musty. You got
I'll tell you my favorite LaRussell song is Kangaroo Pups. That's just a banger.
He got hits. I'm not
Kangaroo
saying he
Pups
don't.
is a banger. Because
he got a song with
that's the song that really put me onto him. Because I'm hearing
why y'all
it.
didn't
I'm
debate-
like, who is this?
Why this nigga wasn't brought up when we was talking about all these California artists?
Russell.
Yeah.
Because we were naming of all time.
we
This is
were
what y'all
naming all
keep forgetting. We're not naming
who's
cracking right now, who was cracking at a
LaRussell's
time.
still fairly new
we were
to the
naming
game
of
as
all
far as-
time, bro.
Yeah, LaRussell's still fairly new as far as like kind of coming out there.
So you already got him better than Dom.
No,
I think bar. I think
when it's Dom Kennedy, it's LaRussell's better than him. The only way you could say LaRussell's better than him is if you're talking about lyrical ability and rapping, right? But then you'll say LaRussell's not better than YG, and everyone in the world knows YG can't hold a candle to LaRussell as far as lyrics or delivery. So, like I keep saying about this nigga, he's moving the goalpost. When it's Dom Kennedy, it's about, the nigga, he's not as lyrical, he's not as good at rapping. But then he'll put YG over a nigga like
you
LaRussell.
Just said Dom. You just
Who's
said Dom.
better,
No, Tom,
YG or
hold
LaRussell?
on. Let me finish. You just said Dom Kennedy was top 5 in LA once upon a time, right? And I was telling you, at what point was he top 5? Y'all said 2012. And
2013 to be exact.
All right, 2012, bro, let's listen. We're in
To be
2025,
exact,
my
man.
nigga. We can't go on the details right now, but 2013, 2012, a lot of competition was out there. What I'm saying is off the top of the dome, 2012, 2013, I don't really think of Dom Kennedy running to LA like that.
I have a simple question for you. I have a
As
simple,
of right, we just named.
Show,
Nigga, you
show,
just said what?
show. I
You
have a
couldn't
simple-
name 5. Nigga,
Wait.
we just said. Oh, come
Byron,
on,
listen.
we
show,
just named.
I have a
Kid.
You
simple
could name
question.
5.
I have a simple question for
Go
you.
ahead, bro.
Who's better, YG or LaRussell?
LaRussell's better.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
LaRussell's
it's
better.
out of it.
No,
LaRussell-
LaRussell is a better technical rapper.
He's a
I
better
don't
rapper.
think
He's a better
not-
rapper.
Hold on. I don't think he's a better artist.
He's not as commercially successful.
No, I agree. But I
think-
mean, like, if you talk about hit records, YG just know how to make hit
The
records.
art of it is
He
the
knows how to
rapping.
make impactful records.
But also too,
And I'll even argue YG might got a better delivery, even though
Hell no.
LaRussell can rap better. But I feel
Hell
like
no.
delivering bars on a beat, YG, he could do
Bruh,
that. He's
YG.
not the most lyrical, but nigga, when YG shit come on, you like,
bro, honey,
Cuz
Hell
got you
no.
singing this shit.
Hey, listen. What I'm telling you is YG is more commercially successful. The artistry of it is the rapping and the lyrical
But if-
ability.
if you
That's what makes it art.
Nah, 'cause I know a lot of niggas who can rap 1,000 bars.
If you counted based off all these arguments we didn't have when they was asking about rapping ability, all the accolades in one, YG is going to outshine LaRussell. If you're going to compare one attribute to what else YG brings to his package, he's going to outdo LaRussell.
LaRussell got that hyphy shit going on to that Bay Area swag. I mean, he got the shit where it make you want to dance and all that. It's just, it may not appeal to the masses because maybe that hyphy movie has kind of like faded out down here. Once upon a time, that hyphy movie was down here.
Hyphy was
If
jerking
you
down
say-
here.
Was that in 2012?
06?
Oh, that was
nah,
like
nigga, I was
07.
in high school, nigga.
All right.
High school was.
I'm
If
not
you
giving that
say-
to nobody
jerking down
before E40 and Too Short.
No,
nigga.
what's it called?
Kick the Sneak.
Kick the Sneak.
Yeah,
has some
nah,
shit.
I'm talking about
Mac
far as
Dre.
I'm talking about far as
You got
I'm talking about my
me
era.
going. You got me going. Turn. That shit used to be knocked.
For
Hey,
sure.
the leader of
You
that
could-
was 40 and Too Short for me.
What I would say is you can take LaRussell and place him in YG's position, and LaRussell could do that with ease. Very simple stuff. You got good beats from dudes like Mustard and stuff. It's impossible to miss with that. You can't take YG and put him in LaRussell position and get the same level of
YG
success.
did that. He
You just
grinded.
can't.
I remember when
Yeah.
YG was at the house parties before he even blew up
Uh-huh.
off of regular beats. He didn't
What
even
was-
always have good beats.
Not my
Nah,
crazy.
he came up off the MySpace era. The
But
jerk
I'm
off.
talking about he grinded. He
But
really
everything
grinded
of
with
his that
nothing.
blew up came with a incredible supporting cast, bro.
Nah,
Well,
the
Mustard
first
wasn't
mixtape.
popping.
Hold on, the first mixtapes. Nah, I can't say that. What was that first mixtape when he really got cracking?
I know you're talking about
when he
the
had the
whole
book
summer.
bag.
Just
Yeah.
read up.
Just read up. Yeah,
read
just
up.
read up. That's when YG became
Man.
YG. Like, oh, cuz it.
And that's where he got Mustard on a beat. On that
I think he was working with Mustard before that. He came up with Mustard.
Yeah,
they,
they-
like,
but
They
I'm
was
not
doing the
saying
house
that,
parties
though.
But
together.
Mustard wasn't Mustard at that time, bro.
Mustard is
No,
always
he
been
wasn't.
Mustard.
Nah,
We just don't know.
he was in the house party.
He was in the house
But
party,
what
bro.
I'm saying is he's always been him. He didn't have the fame and notoriety yet.
Yeah, but they wasn't major though. They was still
Yeah.
performing at house parties,
But-
niggas getting in rumbles and
But
shit.
what I'm saying is you don't become who you are after niggas discover you. You were already that. Niggas just
No,
they
of
came
course.
up to-
I agree
Of
with
course.
that, but they didn't consider him like
A Dre at the
this
time.
yeah, this
Hey,
is
I gotta
just
step
this is
out
just
for
a
a
good
second.
beat. Yeah, so yeah,
Nah, go ahead.
it makes no sense, but E40 is a 1-on-1. I can't compare that rapping and him and Snoop. They ain't gonna go together.
Yeah, I think the dog right there.
Yeah. Scared the fuck out.
Hey, I ain't never seen that nigga move fast.
He lucky she probably was sitting down behind the door. Yeah.
Yo, hold on, let me put her up.
That
Hold on.
nigga crazy. Girl, wanted to see that. God damn.
Hey, I wish the camera was on that nigga.
Facts, yeah.
Hey, she almost
That was
ate that
funny as
nigga
hell.
leg off.
Hey, nigga, what? Hey.
And that nigga set you up. He knew she was behind that door. Her ass waiting for one of you niggas to walk in there. Yeah, that's crazy. They try to make you look like you wild out here. Yeah. Nah, him. But it was a lot of artists, so I get what he was saying. It was a lot of artists at the top at that point. Like,
No, not at all, bro. I'm telling you, bro, if the way we just went down this rabbit hole, bro, I'm telling you, 2012, 2013, West Coast as a whole was knocking, my nigga. The West Coast as a whole was knocking. So I can't really say Dom was running it like that. That's what I'm just saying. I'm not saying he wasn't talented. I'm just saying at that time, like, a problem was popping. It was so many niggas popping at that time, bro. It was kind of hard to keep up with everybody.
he in here, though. I just looked up 2013. They had same people, Dom Kennedy, YG, Absol, Schoolboy Q. I don't know who Sage the Gemini is.
Sage the Gemini was
Kendrick
that
Lamar.
She Gon' Shake It Like a Red Nose. He had that shit.
That was that song?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, nigga, YG had that song Up with Love Rants. Like, nigga, what? Because she likes, yeah, he was nigga, I'm good. I put that on the hood, I'm good.
Nah, he had bangers.
That's what I'm saying, like, nigga, that shit, yeah, that shit was fire back then. That shit was fire than a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure it's new.
Nah, hell no. Nah, keep going. Pop your shit.
No, I was just
But,
saying, 2012, my nigga, yeah, that shit was lit. That re-up, nigga, that shit did have hit. Nigga, hey, I'm from the hood, I'm good. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, nah, read up was a banger. But even when you think about now, like, I think people just don't follow these people. Like, cause even Dom just dropped something. Like, people not keeping up with the music no more. It's so much saturated. Ain't nobody really tapping into that shit. Cause like, who the hottest now? Ain't
On the
nobody.
West?
It's still just Kendrick.
Well, yeah, right now it's Kendrick. Like, there is no, remember that little meme we said? Like, nigga, on the West Coast, all they playing is Kendrick, my nigga. Like, everything they playing is Kendrick right now.
What about RJ? So what you rate his stuff right now?
All right, so if you want to go to the overall album right now, I for sure give it a cool like 8.2 for some West Coast shit. Like I said, the first half of the album, fire. It do get kind of like stale towards like the end-ish, like the end part of the album. But like for the most part, you can slap it. He got music for the women. He got music for niggas to turn up to. He got music you can listen to the gym to. You got music where you can just sit back and just let it bump. Like for sure, the first 8-9 songs is popping. I like that song he did with he remixed with B Braves. I like that one.
Look, let me address something.
Nah, but I remember. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, let me address something to the fans. Y'all gotta realize everybody does not have to like the rappers that y'all like. Like, we getting a whole lot of hate right now because we said that the Stink team low-key ran out of steam since Draco's demise, right? And of course, he was the superstar. That's not to say they don't got motion. That's not to say they don't got the cult following that they got. Only thing I pointed out was, you know, it's not at the same level as it was when Draco died, since before Draco died. Which for obvious reason. That's like Jay-Z dying and then we looking at
Can I
Memphis
give you
Bleak
one
and
too?
them.
Tupac and the Outlaws.
Tupac and the Outlaws,
Can I
right?
give-
We got a whole
Biggie
lot.
Smalls in.
And the rest of Bad Boy.
Junior Mafia.
Junior Mafia.
That's my point.
Right, exactly.
Like-
Same thing. Nip all money in. Like that's what happens when the star meets his early demise. That's not to say you ain't still good and you ain't still got fans, but to grow some type of hate for people for voicing a difference of opinion than you is like, you got to really detach.
I don't think that
Go outside and touch some grass because every opinion is not disrespect. Our culture is like, as soon as somebody says something that does not align with what you agree with, people get selective hearing and they tune out and they just take everything you're saying as disrespect.
I don't think it was hate. I think they was looking at it as far as like you address something that they probably didn't feel they needed to be addressed. That's like if I do tell you I still listen to the Outlaws and you be like, you mean Tupac? Like, no, I said what I meant. And you like, nah, you mean Draco when you talking. So I think that's where more so it came from than necessarily them looking at it like hate in a sense. It was like he said what he said, but you told him what he meant basically.
I really asked. I didn't tell them. I said, for the most part, when people say Stink Team, from what I see, they usually talking about Draco. Because that's how I learned about the Stink Team. It was Draco. Every time he said Stink Team, Stink Team. So I'm like, okay, this must be his street team. I didn't know it was a whole bunch of different rappers. Then I started seeing, oh, Ralphie. Oh, damn, that's his brother. I didn't even know that.
Man,
oh,
let's just say, them niggas are not good rappers, bro. Them niggas are trash. Draco was good. That was the nigga. Tupac and the Outlaws. Y'all niggas the Outlaws. Draco was Tupac.
But
I listen to Draco. Listen, man. They were nowhere near Tupac, and nobody would have known.
Nobody's near Tupac.
But listen, let me tell you this. I had never listened to Draco the Ruler, and then somebody like was talking about him or whatever, and I was like, let me turn this on. Hey, bro got bangers. Like, he's a really good rapper.
He was one of the ones.
Now, I've also heard Ralphie rap. You're just not on your brother's level. And,
for sure.
And guess what? No one should get mad when niggas say that. Like, bro, you know you're not on this level because if you were, it would have been you in the front and he would have been in your position. The whole thing is, like you said, their problem is not with hate speech. Their problem is with the speech that they hate.
I want to say to his credit, though, he did make that clear. Like, he understood that he wasn't who his brother was, but he still was just basically like, he still has his own fan base, regardless if we listen to it or know it or not. He's still looking at it like he carries some type of fan base in his
No. Definitely shout out to Ralphie.
Well, he got 1 million views on YouTube.
No. Like I said, shout out to Ralphie. He a cool nigga. He never tried to compare himself to Draco. Like bro said, he understood he wasn't there. But this ain't even to the Stink Team. This is to the weird ass, clown ass, groupied out ass fans who got some type of weird hate because you don't listen to their favorite artist. Like, how are you gonna sit there and have the nerve to say that they don't got the same emotion? That's Draco's brother. Like, nigga, I'm still can have my own fucking opinion if I want to.
There's people in the world who didn't even know who Nipsey Hussle was.
Right.
So like, that just shows you that these dumbass fans, y'all, they're living in a bubble.
They dick ride.
You know what I'm saying?
They ride the wave when it's popular.
I wouldn't say they're dick riders. What I would say is
a lot of
them they live inside of a bubble. A lot of the support is not even real support because niggas will argue for you all day on online, but then when you do a concert, not even show up, buy a ticket, none of that.
I felt like everybody, this is where I say, a lot of people join the wave because it seemed cool. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't be liking half of the music. They just seem cool because everybody else seem to like it. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are afraid to have an own opinion. Like I said, inside joke amongst us, y'all know I fuck with Freddie Gibbs and Kevin Gates. I love their music. It's cool for me to like what I like. But if y'all don't like it, I'm still not gonna change my opinion how I like. But most
who don't like Kevin Gates? That nigga be spitting.
No, I'm saying those are like some of my favorite rappers I like listen to. They, on the other hand, will be like, man, that shit boo 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 boo.
No, Kevin Gates hard. I just said I'm not tapped in.
What I'm getting at. It's another law. I forget the number, but never appear too perfect. And I think the people in the comments and stuff like that, they start to put people too much in a perfect sense to the point. You're still human in it. If you could be saying a million things that they like that you say, and you say one thing that you don't like, that they don't like, and now they disagree with you, and now they hate you. You know what I'm saying? So it's fickle when it comes to those type of people. So that's why you say you can never get too caught up in that. But I think their mindset, instead of just agreeing to disagree, I don't agree with that point he said.
I still rock with you though.
Yeah. I just don't agree with what you said on that.
But
so most people get too attached to that, like, man, fuck him. His views on that now, or this nigga like that, then it's over with. So
now that's a great point because I see comments like, damn, just when I started liking the podcast or the platform, now I gotta unsubscribe. Now I gotta unfollow. Like, bro, you are a weirdo. You are controlled by your emotions. A person said 100 things that you like on 101 take. It says something you disagree with, and now you stop supporting. Like, that's weird stand shit.
Hey, bro, that's the equivalent of a nigga just telling you no one time. You get a 99 yes, and then at one time I said, no, I can't do it, or no, oh, fuck this nigga, this bitch ass nigga, whoop-dee, whoop. It's equivalent to that, bro. You can't be emotional, my nigga.
This the generation that was raised by single mothers, bro. Like, that's how a lot of women operate.
Bingo, that's female.
But what I would even go deeper to say, mediocre niggas love mediocre shit. And like, there is a real push, and I've been preaching this. There is this push, just like Tucker Carlson said. You got a bunch of people who are just not that good at anything, so they need to make the mediocre great. But the excellent stuff, they try to be dismissive of it, right? And you see that everywhere you go. Like this podcast, for example. This is a great podcast. A nigga will watch some bullshit over something great because he's not great. So when he sits and watches greatness, he feels offended by it. He feels hurt by it. It reminds him of how much of a loser and a piece of shit he is. So he will then try to go to something that's mediocre, something that's more reflective of him.
I can get jiggy with this shit. Yeah.
And then he'll try to tell you that is greater than what you doing. Bullshit. West Side niggas been dealing with that since eternity, since the beginning of all media. And guess what? We're not taking it anymore. We're calling that shit out.
No, that's an absolute fact. Like, even to the point where if you come well-researched and you start speaking facts, you'll start to get labeled a know-it-all because you took time out to read. Instead of coming in like most of these idiots and just spewing the first thought that come to your brain, you're like, damn, what's the topic? Okay, let me read up on it. Oh, you think you know it all. You blah, blah. But like you said, it's Law 46. Never appear to be too perfect, because now me watching you, like, damn, he really not missing. It ain't really too much to hate. Fuck it, I just hate you. You think you too perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you feel less than a man, or you feel less than a woman now, because you like, damn, how the fuck he know all this shit that I don't even know? And then they be judging the book by its cover. Oh, yeah, I heard they went to prison. Oh, I heard they gangbang. Well, you think everybody went to prison, everybody gangbang is just mindless dummies that only care about gangbanging. So now when you come in, oh, he's a pseudo-intelligent and blah, blah, intellectual and all this other shit. Really, you looking in the mirror going, I'm not as smart as this person that I perceive to be less smart than me. Hey, now you start to feel away about yourself.
And it's so seamless, because it can get to a point where, like, we argued about Power and Godfather of Harlem. And then I could be like, man, I can't fuck with them niggas. They like Godfather of Harlem over Power. Mm-hmm. That's how it sounded to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So everything is to each his own. If you like a certain platform better than one or anything else, it's just not for you. If you like substance, then you know where to go. If you like the shenanigans, you know where to go. That does not equate or make one less or better than the other. It's just that's better for you. So I think that's where people get shit misconstrued. And like you say, or they feel like we preaching or certain things, y'all need to be more funny, y'all need to be less serious. Like, life is serious. Why would you not be serious? You need to be less playing, nigga. So I think that type of shit comes with that. And it's like, we understand females and children can be careless, but we know men cannot.
And that's what it is.
That's what people fail to realize.
Shout out to this nigga. He said too many single raised young men out here. We are a lot of niggas role models. You know what I'm saying? Big brothers, uncles, father figures, my niggas. A lot of these niggas don't know shit.
I'm gonna keep it G. I ain't your role model. Don't try to be like me.
No, you are.
Because
yes, you are. Once you put yourself in this position, my nigga, to give game, they gonna start listening to you, bro. These
niggas lost out
here.
No,
I'm saying take the good things, but this where it comes. Let me say. This is what I'm saying. Take the good things, because this is what happens. You put people in these lights the same way they do with these damn celebrities, and then when that celebrity does something that you don't agree with and shatters everything that you thought this person was, that's where niggas go wrong, because now you're excluding. You take good things from anybody. You can learn from anybody, whether it's children, men, women. You can learn in any way. But when you putting people on these pedestals, and then that's how you start, that's where the hatred and stuff builds in. Because now when I don't agree with what you say or what you think, damn, I believed in that nigga. And then he started doing some other shit, and now it's ugly for you.
Well, it's like, I never said I wasn't into this as well. You just put me here on a pedestal that I didn't even put myself on. But that's why sometimes I just start acting a fool every now and then.
But that's what happens though once you start putting yourself in this public eye though. I mean, the people will build you up or tear you down. It just depends on wherever your time it is.
It feel like it's different now. I got a term that I used to describe these people now. I call them the ambitious weak. They're ambitious. They want the spotlight. They want the attention. They want things, but they're just way too weak to deal with what they got to deal with to get the things that they want. And the only option they have at that point is to attempt to tear shit. It's like a nigga chopping down a tree to get an apple off of it. That's what they do. I want that apple, but I don't want to climb the tree or figure out a clever way to get to the apple. So I'm just going to destroy to get the one thing I want. And I learned that a lot dealing with the No Jumper audience. I learned that a lot really dealing with the audience of Tariq Nasheed. A bunch of grown ass niggas, bitches, 50, 60 years old, 40 years old, who just really ain't shit. The middle America. I never did nothing great with my life. This person, I'm living through this person, trying to vicariously live through this person and experience life and greatness and all that. And if you tear down who that person is or show me the reality of who this person is, it's like you're destroying my world, my reality. No, so sure. I gotta attack you. I gotta
it's like attacking somebody's religion or something. Yep. And going, hey, you know, because even this predates the Bible. Oh no, you blasphemous, and because now their whole reality is like, damn, my whole life was a lie. That's how they start to feel.
And most times we understand, at least most of us up here understand that majority of the world are drifters. They're going wherever the wind blows them. Bingo. So if the wind is blowing hard this way right now, the moment it shifts and start blowing this way, they all gonna drift with it. So a lot of times, that's where you just gotta detach from it. Don't really take it personal, but see it for exactly what it is. Like you said, they're gonna love you, they're gonna hate you, they're gonna love you again. So I don't really take it personal, but I do understand, like you said, they wanna be led. That's why I get where you coming from. But at the same time, you still have to be able to think for yourself. And if you don't, then you take whatever jewels and gems you get along the way of a path from a lot of different people and you apply that to yourself.
And for all the creators out there, never let the comments despair you or stop you from dropping whatever it is you do, your art, your content, your music, whatever it is. Never let the comments sway you for exactly the reason he said. These fans, these supporters, these people out here, they go where the wind blows. Because I seen T-Pain said, man, you could be working hard for months, weeks, damn near years on a project, and you go online and see one negative meme that makes you scratch the whole project. I'm like, what? You'll let a meme stop you from dropping your art? That's crazy that these comments really do drive people insane, because you got to realize some people, they hate just to hate because they hate themselves. Somebody will say, man, I don't want to hear this intellectual stuff. It's boring. And then you say, okay, cool, they want some ignorant stuff. Start acting ignorant. Oh, I told you, these ignorant gangbangers, why they can't have an intellectual conversation? Like, no matter what you do, they'll find a problem with it. Yep. Even if you do exactly what they said they want you to do. Yep. Once you figure that out, you're like, oh, fuck these people. I'm going to be me, be myself. I'm going to come drop the content I want to drop. And the people who align with that, they'll align with that and they'll support. The people who don't, they'll fizzle themselves out.
I think another key component to what you're saying is you got to remember your why factor. Why did you start doing what you was doing? And you keep remembering why, and that'll deter everything else. If you have a bigger mission or something else, you see your vision in a different light, when things bother you like that, you remember why you doing it in the first place. And your why factor should outweigh everything else, from negative comments, from negative people in your life, people that might tell you, or you can't do it, because you're going to get a lot of that until it happens. You got to believe it before everybody else believes it, in my opinion, and we can say a lot of things, but you got to show the world before you tell the world. And in a sense, when you're creating, every day you're creating and laying those bricks, you're showing the world. Even though they don't see it yet, then one day you wake up and it's like, damn, that nigga really, I remember he was doing this or he was grinding and doing that. Like, you're writing your story right now.
I just say what your whys, and that's why I was trying to tell you, once you kind of put yourself out there and you do blow up in a positive manner, your whys start to expand. Certain things you didn't think you were going to take on, now you'll be taking on. That's all I was just basically saying. If this content was, the why was to put information out there, now we will be responsible for what we're saying out there, because then you will have a belief. You will have people that will be like, no, this is viral way. This is how I think now. And that's why I was just basically telling you, we're going to put ourselves in a state where we are going to have followers and they are going to listen to every word we say. So we got to be careful of what we're putting out there, and you got to be willing to accept that responsibility, because you will have a fan page. You will have a following. Messiah. Your name is Messiah. Think about it, bro.
He the only one with a goddamn fan page up
Come
here.
on,
so.
Look. You can't do the flim flam.
No, it ain't no flim flam. Nigga, I'm me. So love me for me. Regardless, don't have a certain expectations of thinking I ain't trying to be nobody's savior. I ain't trying to be none of this. Yes, I highlight positive things, but everybody has good and bad within them. Everybody ain't perfect. One day I might want to come in here on some ignorant Crip shit. I might want to come up here and be on my bullshit. So it just depends. And I'm not saying that that's the thing I'm trying to project or push, but it's still inside of me. So it might be certain days where I might not be up to what you want it to be, is what I'm getting at. So that's the whole point of me just saying not appear too perfect. I'm never gonna tell you to go do what I did wrong or no sense stuff like that. But at the same time, we all human, we all make mistakes. So you still gotta have a certain amount of grace for people out here.
Long story short, even Jordan had an off night. Give people a little grace. Don't base your support on someone agreeing with you 100% of the time. That's idiotic. We all different. We come from different walks of life. We're not going to agree on every single thing. Y'all got to really let that go. And definitely don't pay attention to what they saying in the Reddit. Because them is little white and Hispanic kids in the Midwest somewhere that really hate niggas, but want to be niggas, but love nigga culture, but they want you to appease them the way they want you to.
The little Brazies of the world.
It's the little Brazies of the world. So it's like, no, we want y'all to crash out. We want y'all to be dumb and ignorant. We don't want y'all speaking up for y'allself. Because the second y'all start speaking up for y'allself, I cannot align with that because I'm not that. I can align with you being dumb as hell because one, I'm dumb as hell.
Right.
And two, this is entertainment for me. The second you get to talking about building up your people and this and that, I'm excluded from that. So now I'm going to hate on that. That's what they do on the Reddit. Bunch of fucking goofies.
This one last thing I do think, like if you are able to decipher who's giving you like constructive criticism, because it could be a lot of people maybe telling you things and criticism can save you a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying just take criticism from anybody, but if you are one of them people in the comments that can decipher and discern like, oh, this might be a genuine follower that's trying to lace me on something, and you might not have a full self-awareness of yourself to see that. So you can decipher what you can and can't take, but a lot of times, maybe 1 out of 100 people you should listen to. So do you and just keep pushing whatever you're doing, because most people are going to project their fears and their beliefs on you. And you might not pursue that, like you said, of dropping that content or doing that because they can't even see it because they don't see it for themselves. They can't even fathom or believe. They already have a ceiling for themselves. They're never going to try to reach out because the fear is going to stop them, regardless or not. So keep pushing and keep doing it the viral way.
Oh, and one last thing. Just because the masses all believe in it or the masses all follow it, don't mean it's right.
Facts.
All you got to do is look at COVID. The masses said, everybody should take that shot. I'm just saying, everybody should take that. You
might
know
as well
what?
just call that motherfucker 19.
Yeah, everybody, you feel me? And then the science came out, the facts came out, and the masses was wrong. So just take that as an example. But let's talk about the topic of the week since we got Brandon in here.
Oh,
Carmelo Anthony, a teen accused of fatally stabbing another student at a high school track meet in suburban Dallas, was indicted Tuesday on a murder charge. A grand jury indicted Carmelo Anthony in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis said the April 2nd stabbing at the school stadium in Frisco struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. Anthony was 17 at the time, and since the stabbing has since turned 18. When something like this happens, they claim, at a school event, it shakes the people to the core. So now let's revisit this, because ever since this case, I find it funny because if you pay attention to social media, they've been trying to lace the jurors. So he gets indicted, so you know it's going to trial. You know it's going to be a jury, right? It's going to be 12 of your peers. But ever since then, we've seen a slew of school stabbings all of a sudden. I've never seen so many videos of kids just stabbing kids at school. So what y'all think about this?
I'm not actually shocked. We knew this was gonna come. He had to have his day in court. So people, I see Brandon over there laughing, like thinking he was right. Like, nigga, you know he was gonna go to court for it. You knew he was gonna have to fight and go to trial. Now you're right if he doesn't come out of this on top. And we still know how the courts work, especially for our people. So I'm still got prayers for him and hoping that he actually beats the case. Now, depending on his peers, I don't think, you know what's so crazy? I don't think that by these being minors, like if you catch a case out here and you're a minor, they won't put you on the news. They won't do certain things. So I don't think his case should have even been this grossly in the public eye, because now, like you said, they're able to sway and they're able to do things. It should have stayed in that county. And now you have cases when they're open like this, people are already convinced of what they're coming up with without any facts, without going to trial. So I think his back is already against the wall of what people want to see or what they want. They're easily persuaded now.
And one key detail. They said they watched the tapes, and they said allegedly the tape shows he's guilty, he wasn't attacked, this, that, and the third. But I don't 100% believe that, because I believe if they had a tape that showed he was 100% guilty, man, that tape would have been out like yesterday.
The tape should have been.
That would have been out like yesterday. We could say it's not legal. We could say it's not.
Why they wouldn't release it after all this
bro,
talk?
that tape is going out, bro.
The tape should have been out regardless.
Guaranteed.
After everything that happened, we should have been able to decipher from the tape.
And
it shouldn't have been all that, because everybody's giving all our inputs of what happened, and the witnesses said he was not the aggressor. All the witnesses said that the white boy was the one antagonizing the situation. He was just well prepared for the situation. And they always tell us, stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Now when he stay ready, it's a problem.
And let me say this, because an indictment does not mean guilty. He's going to trial. So for everybody who started celebrating, saying, I told you so, viral, you was wrong, Brandon was right, what y'all gonna apologize? No, I'm not, because he still gotta go to trial and he still has to get found guilty. Now, if he go to trial and get found guilty, then what? Are y'all gonna apologize?
This nigga's cooked. Basically, you said all the people there said the other guy was aggressor. That's not what the people said. That's what people on the internet was saying. That's the problem. People on the internet.
No, the dude's daughter came out and said she was a witness.
The twin brother was saying of the person who got the victim. His brother was saying that Carmelo was the aggressor. I did see an interview on that. The twin brother of him was saying,
that's his brother.
Of course.
What the fuck else he gonna say? We tried to punk him.
The black dude said his daughter went to the school. She said he came over there.
What man?
I gotta look it up.
Look it up before you say it.
He wasn't making up nothing.
Hold on, no. You gotta say exactly who it is.
We read it up here. It was just a freaking straight up troll. He wasn't
trolling.
Nothing to do with it.
Nah, because when you're speaking on stuff like this, you gotta be exactly specific. We can't just say like, oh,
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
But I was gonna say, did you see with his brother saying that he was the Carmelo was the aggressor?
Yeah.
He sat up there and said, like, man, he came to our tent and he was over there tripping. And
he was the aggressor. He the one with the knife talking about.
Short, this is his twin brother. I'm not giving that no onus.
No, what I'm saying is this.
Well, now we got the video that backs up with the twin brother.
No, that's what I'm saying. So when the tape drops, then we can all sit back and analyze and go, damn, you know what? It was right.
Do we really got a video?
Or they was wrong.
I'm just saying, you just said, listen, they're already lacing the jurors right now, bro. You have a white. Now the kid is 18 now, so now he's an adult now. They waited till he was 18.
Exactly.
You got a white kid saying, or I don't know how old the twin is, but now you got the white kid saying, my brother was not trying to be the aggressor. Whoopty whoop, he's got the tears on. Now you already got the empathy of a white family saying this black kid stabbed my brother. Bro, at the end of the day, they're in Texas. I don't know what's Frisco, Texas like. I've never been there. I just assume that it's more pro rednecks out there than it is for us.
It's a stand your ground.
And y'all saying, because they not even giving names. They just said a second Memorial High School track team member. This witness was also interviewed by police and provided details of the altercation, stating that Metcalf told Anthony to leave the tent, pushed him, and Anthony then pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf.
I think the best case scenario for this, man, the kid get off with manslaughter. At this point, you know, he tried to defend himself and he didn't try to kill him, but he just so happened to. That's the best case scenario for him.
The thing is,
if his life felt threatened and he stood his ground, according to their laws, he escaped. I'm not saying he gonna escape. Go ahead, because you could have knives out there.
Listen, man.
You could definitely have knives out there. Listen, we already ran all down the facts of the type of knives you could have.
Every official in Texas and already came out with there are no school knives allowed on school campus in Texas. These are now what we're doing is we're trying to bring back all the bullshit arguments that were leveled on the internet that hold no weight.
This was a fact I just looked up.
Dozens of lawyers, hundreds, have looked at this case. They've commented on it. They got YouTube channels with lawyers.
That's all off the internet. What you just said.
These lawyers,
they're also trying to sway people as well.
When you look at the lawyers who handle these cases, these guys have made a commitment to upholding the law. And every single one, black, white, blue, green, has said from what they see and what the information they've received, this doesn't look like it's going to
What
be
lawyers you seen?
You just look it up. You can look up 100 lawyers
No,
on
no,
YouTube.
cool.
But let me finish.
Hold on.
Y'all just got on
Let me
me talking
finish.
about be specific and
Let
not
me
just
finish.
not just vaguely say nothing.
Because he's just throwing out blanket statements.
I'm
We
not
ain't-
throwing out.
No, because you could just say, oh, the lawyers. Okay, which lawyers? And second of all, there was another stabbing in Texas.
Has nothing to do with this one.
No, this is what I'm going to tell you the difference is. It was a white boy stabbing a Hispanic kid. I think
In
it
the
might
bathroom.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where were these lawyers?
Totally different
No,
situation.
where were these lawyers jumping out there to give their opinions to the public of what they think
Totally
the
different
outcome of the
situation.
case should be? No, it's not.
Yes,
the
it
only
is.
difference is the races are different. A black
That's not the
kid
difference.
stabbed a white kid, so now everybody's online. Oh, he guilty because of this. I'm upholding the okay. If you uphold the law, keep it the same.
That's not-
Because a
that's
white
not-
kid stabbed a
that's not
Hispanic kid. Where was all these public opinions at?
That's not the facts. That's not even closely
Just
remotely.
because you say it's not the facts, don't make it not the facts,
well,
nigga.
If you stop interrupting me, I could tell you what the facts
I
is,
want to
'cause
know why it's not.
Go
I'm the
ahead.
only nigga who did research right here. I can tell that.
No, we
I
know
can-
damn lie.
I can tell from this conversation I'm
We-
the only nigga
bro,
who
we
did
did
research.
two
You don't even know about the
Listen,
case he's
it don't got
talking
nothing
about.
to do with episode. Okay.
You
so
were here.
You just brought up the white kid who stabbed
Go
the
ahead,
Mexican
go
boy.
ahead.
Did you know that kid got jumped in the bathroom by like 5 kids? And when he continue, I don't want to fight. Those kids pursued this nigga out the bathroom. Still was trying to fight him. That's when that kid pulled out a knife and stabbed someone.
We read
That's
exactly what
that's
happened on the show.
Different. That is totally different from you being in somebody's tent stealing. They tell you, hey,
He
bro,
wasn't stealing,
man.
Stop making stuff
know
up.
it.
Shut the fuck up.
we know what he was doing.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Listen,
But
let me
Ruckus-
finish.
No, bro,
Let me
you ain't not
finish,
doing
bro.
that.
This
Nigga,
nigga
ain't no
just
Let
fucking
me
hates
nigga.
finish.
It was raining outside.
Let me
He went
finish.
under a tent to
It
stay
did
dry.
rain. It was raining.
Hey, the only reason he's so strong
Can I
because he
finish?
knows what happened to black people in these situations. He's not going to necessarily say it. This is the only reason he's so strong about him being cooked. That's why he has to make up all this other
I
stuff
just
talking
wanna
about
finish
stealing
my
and
point.
A
stuff.
black kid stabbed a white kid in Texas.
Listen,
so naturally we
man,
think he's cooked.
You guys are trying to oversimplify because a black kid stabbed a white man on the train in New York, got off. The white guy killed Jordan Neely, got off.
Facts.
These things are literally lining up exactly the same based on the circumstances. This guy, Carmelo, was under that tent. He was stealing. They asked him
wasn't
to leave.
stealing.
He got mad.
Hold on. Where's the
challenged
evidence
them.
of you saying he
Listen,
stole?
there were
Where's
witnesses who
no,
said he was
no,
stealing.
fuck. Where's
There's
the
witnesses.
evidence?
Okay.
There's witnesses saying that
Allegedly.
they bullied him.
I said
So now
allegedly.
you're doing the internet
I
game.
said, listen.
But they
there-
did say it was raining. It was
Listen,
facts that it was raining. That's
listen.
why he was under the tent.
Someone asked you to leave from under their tent.
A student.
You pulled. It doesn't matter.
You can't tell me to leave. You're a
Listen,
student.
Even though
You don't have no jurisdiction.
Listen,
you
bro.
have no power over me. You a student like
you
me.
can come tell me.
Bro, I
to-
just sat here and read what the
Let me
witness
finish.
said. They pushed him first.
Let me finish.
Then he reached in his bag.
Listen. You could come and tell me we outside on the sidewalk. You gotta leave, right? I could say, nigga, I don't gotta leave. That doesn't give me the right to pull a knife out and stab you in the chest.
And that don't give me the right to put my hands on
He
you.
never put his hands on him according to what they said. in the
According
video.
to the
I
witnesses,
just
he
read
did.
it. I just
Man, I
read
don't
it.
care
You
what
going
that
off of
lying ass
nothing.
heifer said.
You brought up a witness
Listen,
out your fucking brain.
the majority-
He reading a
this
police
nigga
The
crazy.
report.
majority of that's not the police
Yes,
report.
it
He reading the fucking police
Listen,
report. This nigga
The
crazy.
majority of the
Nigga crazy.
witnesses said they asked they asked Carmelo to leave. Carmelo stuck his hand in his bag, said, touch me, see what happens. Then he pulled out the knife and stabbed him.
Meet Uncle Ruckus, y'all.
We got the tape where everyone who's seen the tape is saying.
Have you
there was-
seen the tape?
No, but what everyone who's seen the tape has said that there was no physical contact made. Bro pulled the knife out and stabbed him. We got the law that says the force must be equal. And we got the common sense to tell us that
It doesn't
me
say the
touching
force
Sean
should
on
be
the
equal.
shoulder or pushing him.
That's not what it
That's-
says. No,
Bro,
that's not.
Show me.
I've read the law.
No,
I read it on the show.
We're together.
I know.
Show
It
me.
says-
One mic.
Hold on.
Hold on,
Yeah.
because it
Nah,
says
nah, I
if
wanna
you
see
feel
what-
your life is
No.
in danger. This nigga makes blanket statements.
I
and he
want to
doesn't-
see where you
he leaves
talking
out
about this
details.
tape at. Show me that.
I just know this. He was under the twins' tent because it was raining. Now, from word to for it to get that to that point, that's hearsay at this point, man. Because we weren't there.
Damn hearsay.
I'm gonna tell you this: he's under the opposite team's tent. They're all gonna corroborate and make a story up to make it seem like Carmelo Anthony is guilty.
Short, you've been to a track meet,
I
right?
definitely have been to a track meet.
How are kids in high school at track meets? We all over
everywhere.
that.
Can
We
you
are
read
in every
this?
tent.
I
We
use
in every
AI.
tent.
Nah,
You
don't
read
use
it.
AI. Go to
What?
the real
What?
stuff.
Self-defense law does not
This nigga
strictly
said
prescribe
AI.
No, just this.
the
Go to the
equal
police
use of
report, they
said
got the
force
tape.
Let 'em read it.
Must be reasonable, appropriate to red face. This means a level for itself.
Read it out loud.
Yeah, you should.
While equal force isn't mandated,
No, I'm
Read
not
it.
talking about that.
Wait, let him finish the statement.
I want him to read the tape stuff he's
Let
talking
him,
about.
Let him finish the
He
statement.
never
This is
seen no
straight
tape.
AI. This is a collection of all the information about Texas law.
All right,
We already went down this rabbit hole.
No, let's read
Basically,
it.
while equal force isn't mandated, using excessive force can negate a self-defense claim, and that's where Ruckus is trying to get at. With after the knife being stabbed, that's what I'm saying. He can
If
get
he
off on.
pushed
He
you,
stabbed him one time.
But-
Hold on,
Pushing
short.
me-
Hold on.
What?
Are y'all dumb? It says isn't mandated, meaning it is not mandatory. So equal force is not mandatory. That's what not mandated literally means. It does not have to be equal force if you feel your life is threatened.
but what is
So what the fuck are y'all talking
what
about?
is defined is that the force must be proportionate to the
It's
threat
equal.
faced.
Yes.
That is
So
not-
if my
Wait,
life is on the line, me
Listen.
stabbing you is proportionate.
But if someone pushes you, if someone shoves you, which in this case we don't even see that he was shoved, that is
You
not-
didn't see nothing.
Wait a minute.
Talking about we didn't
Let
see.
me
What did you
finish.
see?
Why y'all gotta interrupt? Because y'all know y'all
Because
wrong.
no, you on that bullshit.
Listen, man. If someone were to shove you, right? Little kids push each other every day on the playground.
These ain't little
kids,
kids.
bro, these are
Security
250-pound
guards-
linebackers.
Security guards at clubs push people. What it's saying is, if someone shoves you or pushes you, you can shove or push them back. Hell, you could even throw a punch. But pulling out a weapon and stabbing them in the heart is not proportionate.
And this is where
To
I'm
a
saying,
push.
and this is where I'm saying he can get manslaughter on a best bet because
Short,
that
read
gets
that.
rid of the
Short,
manslaughter
hold on.
claim.
Since
what do you mean? Because he didn't intentionally try to kill him. It was-
Short,
he
read
was
that.
trying to
He
fight.
brought a
Hold
knife
on.
and stabbed somebody in the heart.
What, no,
What was he trying to
that was
do?
it was not
That shit was
premeditated.
If I stab you in the
they're
heart,
trying to get him
go
first
back.
degree murder, which is premeditated.
he's premeditated because he
Read
brought a
that.
knife to the school.
That was for safety. He wasn't not trying to
For
read
what?
that.
Since he like you reading AI, read that.
What?
Yes, it is possible to die from a push.
Okay, thank you. What? It is possible to die from a push.
On
Yes.
some
And
bleachers.
on wet bleachers.
Yes.
At the top of wet bleachers.
It-
I'm a 240-some pound, 6-foot linebacker.
Right?
If I push you down wet bleachers, you can die.
And it is
So I
possible.
feel, and it's two of y'all,
and it
mind
is-
you. It's two of y'all and one of me
It-
in the middle of Texas.
and it is possible.
And I'm black and they white.
And it is
Do the
possible
math.
to drown in 2 inches of water. That don't mean if somebody pour water on your head, you could pull out a gun and shoot them in the chest.
And again-
that's what I'm trying to tell
But
you.
if they're
That don't
drowning
even
you,
correlate.
Ruckus, you can't say that because again, the kid had a pocket knife. He did not intentionally or premeditate
Y'all
going
gonna
up there.
continue to lose these arguments.
No, what
until
I'm
y'all
saying, he
accept the
never
fact.
Nah,
went
you
up
just
there.
made up a bunch of nothing
No,
right
No,
now.
I did not.
Pay attention to detail.
Time out. Did he know?
You're telling me
Did he
He
know
said
that-
he seen the
did
video
Metcalf-
talking
did he
about
know-
what we seen.
did-
He said what we seen wasn't a force enough
show.
push.
Did Metcalf-
Then he
If
talking
you
about
push me, if you push me in any state in the union, that does not give me the right to pull out a
But
knife
you're-
and stab you in the chest.
but
I
you're
showed
saying-
you guys the example of the. Listen, there was a white guy in Florida, right? I know you remember this. When the white guy was arguing with the guy's girlfriend outside in the parking lot of her parking space, the black guy comes outside the store.
Yeah, she
He
shot him.
pushed the white guy. The white guy hits the ground. The white guy pulls out a gun and shoot bro in the chest. That white guy got off with self-defense. A year later, they took that nigga back to trial. They put that white guy in jail for 20 years. They said the force you used was not proportionate to the force that he used against you.
That's it?
The law in Florida
Hold on,
is
where
the
was that?
same. That
Where-
was listen. The law in Florida is damn near identical. I learned this through research. The law in
That
Florida
wasn't
is
Frisco,
damn near
Texas.
identical to the law in Texas.
Damn near
if
is not
someone
identical.
pushes you, you do not then have the right to pull a knife out and stab them in the chest. And it was premeditated because because Carmelo reached in his bag first and said, "Touch me and see what happened." At that moment, you said, "If this guy touched me,
I'm gonna
gonna
defend
stab him."
myself.
Hold on,
where-
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
defend
Where
myself.
did you
The
see
guy
that?
didn't
Where
touch
did you
you.
see that?
That's what all the witnesses said that y'all using.
No,
what
I
I'm
never
saying-
said that.
But the thing about premeditated,
So hold on. So
Carmelo
your
said that
witnesses.
himself.
So
Carmelo said
okay,
that
cool.
himself.
So your witnesses are according to
Carmelo said
You
that
just said you
himself.
had lawyers
Shut
and
the
all
fuck up.
type of
Hold on.
shit.
So according to you, only your witnesses that you found are credible and ours aren't.
Carmelo said that out his own
Okay,
mouth.
cool. But you all day you've been saying witnesses.
Well,
But then
let's-
when he pulls up the actual statement, reads it off the actual report, his is incredible, but yours out the top of your
And
brain out of thin air is.
This ain't the top. What I'm telling you is, if it was just witnesses who said that, your point would be valid. But Carmelo said this out of his own mouth.
Yeah, so he gave a verbal warning. You know how
No,
like when you
no,
draw
Carmelo told
when
the
you have
police.
when you have a gun license and you draw your weapon, you have to give a verbal warning before you
This
start
is a
shooting.
false equivalency.
If-
he ain't
if
got no
you're-
license, and he wasn't supposed to have the
You
weapon
have to
at
give.
all.
You have to say, "Hey,
God damn.
walk away, or I will be forced to use this weapon." You can't just pull out and just start spraying. So hey, touch me and see what happened. I gave you a verbal warning.
That's premeditation.
I gave you that's giving you a warning.
Hey, nah,
to
but
let
look,
you know how to
hold on.
defend myself.
Let me say something. You used the other dude that got shot. You said they brought it up a year later. So that means somebody felt like he shouldn't have went to jail. The only thing is they probably refiled charges because somebody else might have took the case and felt different. The same way we're going back and forth, like you would hang Carmelo and I would let him free. That's the only thing difference. It depends on who you have on the jury and who you have as a judge. You as a judge is stretching a nigga. Me as a judge, he's going free. So that's the only difference.
I was
No,
gonna
straight
say,
up,
also
yeah.
too though. No, let me check this because you said he brought the knife out. That was premeditated, bro. It's a track event. People.
Why
know
would you bring a knife to a track event?
Why do you carry a gun if you got a gun license?
Nah, bro.
He don't have a license.
Bro,
So I'm saying, if you have one, is it premeditated if you defend yourself
Yep.
and shoot somebody?
No,
Yep.
it's not.
No, it's not.
premeditated, bro.
Shit.
It's
No,
protection.
It's not. It's protection.
In
But
my mind,
what I'm
I'm
saying is a
prepared.
knife can be used as a tool. You know, cats get spat under their shoe. You know what I'm saying? For ankle support. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It can be used as a tool. With those spikes, you got to screw them on. Not saying the knife is a tool for that, but what I'm saying is he's running track. You don't know what that knife could have been used for. It could have been used for spat for the
Stop
ankle.
it.
No,
Stop
what
it.
I'm
What
trying
made
to
you
no,
become
listen.
Brandon?
No,
Hold
but I'm
on.
saying
Let me
he
ask
ain't
you.
never-
Brandon, let me ask you a question.
No, bro. No, bro, I'm trying to tell you.
I think he was in the stands, kid.
This nigga said,
Hold on,
a
would you-
knife for cutting spat. Nigga, you play sport. So,
Nigga, you can use
of
scissor
all
or a knife,
people on
nigga.
earth.
Y'all like, oh my God. See, I
use a
sound like
bunch of
fucking, you
knife-
know what, bro? I'm telling you,
He
my
brought
nigga.
the knife for protection, bro. They already
No,
said
but I'm
they already
saying
had
it could've-
altercations before or something, supposedly.
They didn't even know each other. They didn't even
I know.
know
No,
each
that-
other.
So it
that
can't be
before shit was
premeditated.
false.
All right, so
But it
even
can't
if it
be
wasn't-
premeditated then if they didn't know each other. Again, premeditated
So
is you
that-
know
that proves the
somebody.
point then.
You going on. You
Look,
know
walk
somebody's about to
yourself-
go murk you.
walk
So-
yourself
Walk him
down.
down.
You
So-
walk
You
yourself
just said
down.
that.
listen.
So you cannot say premeditated murder. You didn't know
Walk
this
him
dude.
want you
down,
to say-
short.
Premeditated is I know this cat. Oh,
I
nigga, I'm
want
about to
you-
catch him slipping
I
when he
want
get off
you-
of work.
I
Walk
want you
yourself
to
down.
listen very carefully to this. Say I got a CCW and I got a gun on me, right? I go into somebody's front yard or I'm just in a store, whatever, right? I got my CCW because I want to be prepared in case some shit go down, right? I go into an area that really, it's not my area. I really have no business being there. Let's say I come to get shelter from the rain, right? Someone comes and says, hey, you need to move or leave. I then pull the gun out and shoot that person in the chest. From what they're saying, the video shows, they're saying there was no physical nobody pushed nobody.
Who's saying this?
This is what the people watch.
Where can I find this at?
Anywhere on the internet.
No, I seen them say that,
They
but I
said
have not
there's
seen
no-
the tape myself.
Listen, there's police officers that watched it. There's lawyers
That's cool because
who
they don't
saw
lie.
it.
Because they don't lie.
No,
Hey, hold
I'm
on.
saying,
Can
Yes,
he
they
read?
don't
Can
lie.
he read what first degree murder is? Can we read that first?
Go
Since we
ahead.
want to pull out. No, you read it. Let's see. Did Carmelo do that?
First degree murder is the most serious form of homicide, characterized by the intentional, premeditated, and deliberate killing of another person, often with malice aforethought. So I feel like that's what Carmelo did.
Of course you do.
said
He's black.
he put his hand in his bag. He said, touch me and see what happens.
So you missed
That's
the
not
point. No,
when
no,
boy
no.
Car- no, yeah, he leaves it
Hold on.
out.
You missed that. Involving a level of planning and reflection prior to the act. Distinguishing for other types of murders. You forgot that part, my
Show.
nigga.
He didn't
want you to read
that.
it.
That's
He
my
didn't
point.
want to read that.
No, read the
He didn't
part.
want to read. No, I know. He didn't want to read that.
No, you left that part out,
Hey,
though.
this is what he does in debates,
No,
y'all.
listen.
He makes
Show,
blanket
listen,
statements and he leaves
Show.
out key
Listen,
details
Show.
to try to sound right.
Brother, bro, you
Ruckus.
deliberately left that last part
Brandon,
out.
Man,
this
listen.
ain't Lush One, bro. We
No,
know your tactics.
listen, man.
That shit don't work over
And
here.
it doesn't matter because what I'm saying is the truth. The man planned, he literally, the night before
he planned to go
listen,
stab
you don't
somebody he doesn't know?
No, let me finish.
what?
The man, listen, the man the night before or the day of, the man put a knife in his backpack to carry it into an event where weapons are prohibited.
No,
We
in
all
a,
did
in a
that.
state where racism is still
Oh, here we go.
brought
Now it's
around.
racism.
He brought it to
Now it's
protect
racism.
himself. It's a gang of kids
It
that come out there and
don't
say they be
matter.
pressing them.
It don't
Let me
matter.
say what I need to say, because you just want to scream. Like I said, at the end of the day, it wasn't premeditated. He kept it for self-defense, and he had it at the right time. Because if not, they would have probably beat him to a pulp.
He had it at the wrong time.
You said he
All
had
he
it
had
at
to
the
do was
right
turn around
time.
and walk away.
Turn around and walk away. They was pressing his
Hey,
line.
look, Show.
Why they didn't turn around and walk
Hey,
away?
listen,
Hold on. Why didn't they go get
I'm
the
gonna ask
staff?
you. Listen, I'm gonna ask you as a man. If someone walks up to you, you under their tent, hey, bro, you need to leave. This is our team area. We don't want you here. Do you or do you not have the option to just say, you know what? Let me just go to my
We got the
team.
option to do a lot of things.
Hold on.
They had the option to never approach him.
So you gonna stab before you just walk off?
Did they not have the option to go get staff,
A coach.
a coach?
No, they didn't have
a
time. He
teacher.
stabbed them first.
No,
Too quick.
they did not need to go tell him to get from under the
This
chin.
nigga trolling right now.
Viral.
They had the option to never approach the man.
You come to me, you say, bro, you gotta leave.
Why am I coming to you in the first place? I'm
Listen.
not the authority to tell you to leave.
Okay, listen. But you're coming to me asking me to leave, right?
And then I
I
push you.
could say that no.
With my twin brother, that's double your
The people
size.
watched the tape said there was no push. Now listen, the guy,
The witnesses on the
comes-
scene said there was a push.
one witness versus all other witnesses said there
How did they
wasn't.
some accuracy
Listen.
come with this tape now?
Listen.
Who was recording?
Listen,
Because if they was recording, we should have seen from the beginning to the
it was
end.
full cameras.
Watch
It
they
was
use
full
some
cameras.
AI on this
I
nigga.
got
First
one.
nigga they finish out
Wait
a
a
book with
minute,
AI.
No, let me make this.
Oh, now they got AI tapes.
Let
All
me
this
make-
AI going up now. My boy go to jail.
What you doing
They
is called-
never brought up a
What you
tape.
doing is called
All of a sudden,
filibustering.
no. Why they
Listen.
not showing us the tape?
Let's just get to this
They
point.
trying to get the AI
Let's
right.
just-
They trying to get all the
did.
glitches
Let's
out.
just get to this point. You asked me to leave. Now, before you can even go
I didn't
get
ask
someone
you.
in
I'm
charge,
telling you to leave.
I didn't ask you. I said,
Okay.
get the fuck
Look,
from up under this
and
tent.
I said, like this,
And I'm a
fuck you.
student like you.
I'm not leaving, right? I say that. I pull out a knife, stab you in the chest. You didn't even have a chance to go get someone in
No,
charge.
I know. I didn't
So
pull
you
out a
could have
knife.
just left with suspect.
You could have just turned around.
You
and
could have
left.
just left.
Yeah, which I did.
No, you didn't.
What-
You
what-
went back and antagonized
Did
that
I
man,
jump up?
got him fired
Did I
up.
jump
Yeah.
up?
You could have just stopped
Listen.
arguing with him and left.
Listen, did I jump up, say, nigga, what you gonna do? All that stuff. I sat in my seat, non-threatening.
Nah, you told him
I
you called him a
said-
you told
I
him you
said,
called him a bitch.
You
You
can-
tried
listen.
to press him, make him look like a fool.
That was at
the
the
same
very-
thing they was doing to him, pressing him in a tent.
That was
probably
very-
females, all type of stuff around.
Hey,
Nigga,
this
you gonna
is
get
not-
marked out?
This is not looking good for you guys. Listen.
Nah, you getting killed right
no,
now.
no,
I ain't
I'm
gonna
not.
lie.
Please. You guys.
This was premeditated.
He's
You
using-
could say this was
he's
premeditated murder.
selectively arguing certain parts.
How
of what
so?
happened
That's what you're
between me and-
doing.
They
No.
never had to approach this
Listen,
man. We'd
man.
never be talking
Look,
about
man.
this. Over
Can
a
I-
track meet?
At the end of the day, you are not, you guys could talk about someone approaching somebody all day. But in this country where there's laws, if someone approaches you, even if someone pushes you, that does not give you the right to stab them in the chest with a knife.
According
Under
to
any
who?
circumstance.
According
It
to
gives you
who?
the right- It gives you the right to push them back.
According
it gives
to
you the right
who?
to throw a punch. It gives you the right to walk away.
According to who?
To the law.
No, that's
I
how
read
you're
the law.
dictating
You
it.
didn't.
I read it to you on the show because you never even read it.
All right, so look.
When you came, you
If
didn't
he
read
did-
it.
listen,
When
bro.
you showed up to the
If he
episode, you
did-
didn't read it.
If he
I had
did-
to read it to
if he-
you.
I had already read it.
No, you
If
didn't.
he- yes, I
Because
did.
I asked you on the show,
I
you
had
didn't
already
read
read
it.
it.
All right,
No,
so-
you didn't.
All right, let me
All
ask
right, yes, I
Ruckus.
No, you
Go
didn't.
back.
No, can I actually?
Hey, don't let him cap
If it
you.
No,
was
no, let me ask you-
self-defense, he would have
Ruckus,
never
no.
got indicted.
No,
Ruckus makes blanket statements and he says it confidently so you believe that he's right.
Hey,
the
Ruck-
nigga just makes shit up out of thin air. Everybody knows this.
Ruckus loving this
let me
shit
get
right
this off.
now.
Let me paint the picture though. No, real talk. Because I feel like this is our responsibility though, bro. Real talk, my nigga.
He on
Hey,
bullshit.
real talk.
Hey, this is what he did to Suspect.
Hey, he's sweating
Hey.
because he getting cooked.
No,
hey,
real talk.
Hey, this is the same shit he did to Suspect.
Hey, Carmelo, hey,
he
look,
threw
no,
darts and acting like
hey,
Suspect
he-
just
hey,
went crazy.
Peep game, watch this though. Carmelo Anthony had a 3.7 GPA. This
So?
nigga, no, shut the man. Listen, nah, bro. Listen.
He got him one leg. He got one.
What does that mean?
Don't let him get you short.
No, because what he doing is
That nigga
nigga.
had no 3.7.
Hey, he's filibustering.
Listen, he had 3.7 GPA, bro.
He just said
had
Austin. He
bro,
just said Austin. Didn't even realize
Can
it.
he-
Carmelo is the nigga who stabbed him.
Let him
He said
do
Austin.
it. Or let him go. Let him go.
You right, Austin had a 3.7.
Yeah.
that's he has a 3. Listen, he has a 3.7 GPA.
You better start
He
reading
has-
that whole thing.
Hey,
I'm
real
waiting for you
talk.
to fuck
He
up.
has scholarship offers. There's no way a kid with a 3.7 GPA has scholarship offers to go D1 for football and track to go premeditate a kid and throw his whole future away. This is a kid who had admiration.
That's a lie.
Man, get the fuck out
Let's
of
be
here.
real. Let's be real.
A
No.
nigga, a nigga
Because
that
this
got
niggas
something.
from our own city who had everything
We
going
not
for
talking
him.
about niggas from our own city.
Allegedly
He's
small
not a
niggas
gang
and threw it all
member.
away.
He's not a
Listen,
gang
you're not
member.
a gang member, bro.
You don't know that.
Hey,
You
don't
know
compare
that.
cut to the homies.
We know
Skid.
that.
Don't do
Hey,
that.
I didn't
Don't
see
compare
you
Cut to
said-
the
you
homies.
said-
Let's say this
you
though.
said-
Let's say this. Nobody participating in a track meet, knowing you have to participate that day, is going to a track meet looking for smoke.
Catching a body.
Unless you out
Unless they
there
got a knife.
looking for smoke on a track.
Unless they
running.
got a knife.
That's all they was doing. No.
Why did he bring the knife? if he
Because I
wasn't
might
looking
gotta
for
go
smoke?
home alone. When it's track meet, it might
Here
be
we go.
nighttime later. It could be anything.
And
I
the
don't want to
plan
get
was-
caught walking home. I could have a knife.
We got
act like you ain't never had a night.
Real talk.
Hey, so what? Now you know I'm even gonna go
No,
there. I'm gonna let you have
real
it, Brandon.
talk.
Go
No,
ahead.
real
You
talk.
got
No,
it.
Brandon
Next
needs to really know.
subject. I'm like Kanye. Next subject.
Now, he need to really know the difference between
He know
first
the
degree,
difference,
second
nigga.
degree manslaughter.
Short.
I think you slipping on like
Short.
a left
You
road.
missing the point of what he's
this is
doing.
what you got to think. He's rage baiting you.
He almost got
He's
that
rage
shot
baiting.
in.
Yeah, I did.
He's
I did.
Philip. Listen, this works on like the lush ones, the
Niggas getting
suspects.
mad because
This
I'm telling
doesn't
the
work
truth. It's
on the
not rage
hey,
Bro, I literally just looked it
So
up.
I have no reason to rage bait
all
you.
the Brandon
Bro,
fans.
This is the
his
fact.
tactics we've been dealing with since before you knew he
Man.
existed. It does not work here.
Carmelo
It works
Anthony
on
brought a
those
knife
hosts
and
over
stabbed
there.
somebody in the chest
That
for
shit
pushing
don't
the
work, bro.
He almost got
He
my
didn't
man.
even-
That's fine.
He didn't even know.
You just said he didn't have a 3.7.
What does that have to do
with
Hold on.
anything?
You low key be knocking niggas, bro, and you don't read
But
the whole
Austin
thing. You
Metcalf had a
manipulate it
4.0.
like you just did the paragraph. You stop reading when we prove our point. You try to shit. Let me turn left. Because
What's your point?
That's what he does.
Okay, so tell me what's your point.
It's not premeditated, and you're saying it's premeditated.
But how does the GPA have anything to do with
No,
that?
but you're making it seem like he was a thug nigga trying to go out there and catch a body.
He was.
No, he wasn't, bro.
They got pictures with AKs.
He has ain't no nigga up
Nigga,
there.
he got.
Them
So
was
so does the white
pictures.
boys.
What 3.7?
Hold on, he was
Listen,
with his
listen.
white friends as
What
well. They tried to make it look like he was only with his black
3.7,
friends.
if GPAs mean anything, got pictures of them with fucking guns.
So does the
and all
twin
that.
brothers.
Yeah, because they were hunting. This dude standing in his living room.
Guns is
No,
guns. It
he
don't
was
matter.
with his white friends.
We on
How
this,
you know
we
they
on
don't
this
hold?
too long.
Listen.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
all right.
listen, bottom line, meet Uncle Ruckus. He got y'all
So
food.
they both-
Wait, hold on. He been having y'all food with this Brandon stuff. This is Uncle fucking Ruckus. If you're black, you're whack to him.
That's
It's
not
over
true.
with. That's just what it is.
That's
if
not
you
true.
white, you right. That's what it is.
That's not
y'all
true.
let him be a chameleon all y'all want. We know this nigga.
If you're black, I'm going to hold you to the same standard
Okay,
as a white
let's
person
see.
or anybody else.
Are you holding Donald Trump to the same standard?
Which standard?
Okay, I'm about to ask you. What you think about Candace Owens saying she's ashamed of telling her followers to vote for him? She completely
I know for a
180
fact.
then turned her
I know
back
for
on
a
him.
fact. Candace Owens is literally just playing the crowd, appealing to the money. That's it. Candace Owens don't regret nothing she did. She did all that because it benefited her and made her rich. Now she didn't have that new baby. She's found another audience by talking about celebrity gossip and understands that the people who follow celebrity gossip are on the left. So she now has changed her political position. And if Donald Trump ran again, she'll vote for him again. She will literally switch sides again and vote for him. She's just playing the crowd. She's doing the Tariq Nasheed. She's doing the freaking Umar Johnson. She's doing the freaking Mark Lamont Hill.
She's doing appeal to the masses.
She's appealing to the masses. She's getting rich as hell. If you seen since she started saying she was since she was saying she's against Donald Trump, her views have skyrocketed. She's getting 1 million views on a live stream that's 40 minutes, bro. I would say that too. Shit. These people don't care. Donald Trump is
You'll
already,
never go against Trump.
Listen, Donald Trump has
You
already
probably
won.
go get your own family
Listen,
before you go against
Donald
Trump.
Trump has already won, right? He can't run again. So why? So
Why not switch up?
If you
Yeah.
shit on him, it ain't affecting nothing. Donald Trump has been incredibly successful. Candace Owens getting everything she wants. Listen, bro, if I say if this bakery is giving me free cookies and people hate this bakery, I can say, yeah, I hate it too, as long as I'm still getting my free cookies.
Right.
I got my cookies already. Fuck that bakery. I keep it moving.
Okay, so
That makes sense.
she says she is extremely embarrassed
Right.
for voting for Trump. Now you're saying she's a grifter. So by your logic, would everything that she said in support of Donald Trump meet the same criteria? Meaning she didn't mean any of it.
Yep.
She just was saying it to get support from guys
100%.
like you. Okay.
100%. Because even though, listen, this is what I'm telling you. Before Candace Owens, now Candace Owens was criticizing Donald Trump before he got reelected. People don't know that because they don't follow her. What Candace Owens' biggest thing was Joe Biden. Her biggest two issues was Joe Biden and Black Lives Matter. She did not believe Joe Biden was running the country. She believed that he was cognitively incapable. That has nothing to do with Donald Trump. On top of that, she believed that Black Lives Matter was a terrorist group who ran scams and psyops on people to get money. Those two things are true. Two things can be true at the same time.
Because
she
what-
can hate Biden,
No,
she
correct.
can
No,
hate Bill,
yeah,
and
'cause what she
also
was
not be
saying-
happy with Trump.
Because what she was saying was Donald Trump was scrutinizing Biden back when Biden was in, and he was threatening to go to war. And he said, "Oh, he doesn't know how to talk and how to basically how to alleviate issues like this." And then a few months into his reign as the president, he bombs him. And we're like, "Whoa, wait a minute! What happened to all of this great intellectual talking and knowing how to gain respect from others? And you doing the same damn thing."
But do you
So
know?
now she's like,
But do you know why she really has an issue with Donald Trump?
"Go ahead."
Remember, Candace been at beef with the Jews for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. She been at him.
Anger at Donald Trump is not about him. It's about he's supporting Israel because she had the beef with Ben Shapiro. She had the beef with the Jews after the freaking Kyrie Irving stuff. So I get it.
I never believed the beef with the Jews.
No, she was mad. She was mad, bro.
But I never believed it.
She was beefing.
I know it was like...
And she married to a rich white dude. He probably hate Jews too.
I don't think so. I think he tapped in with them niggas.
Nah, it's a lot of white
Come on,
dudes.
you got a black woman with one of the biggest
are...
voices in this political game, just openly spewing Jew hatred everywhere. I think
because she's rich enough now to get away with it. I think they
propped her up because they tell you we give you your enemies and we give you your heroes. Bruh. So all of a sudden she's spitting Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Oh yeah, fuck Trump. Like what?
But she wasn't really spewing just pure Trump shit. She was really saying, F the Democrats and Trump is the better option. She never was a Trump stan.
She was on their Trump.
But she wasn't a Trump stan.
She wasn't a Trumper. If you follow she Candace, became one when it against
She just
Kamala.
was like, I'm voting for Donald Trump because he's a better option from what the Democrats were. She's always been a free speech advocate. She kind of stays the same. What I'm telling you is there are several super rich white men in America who do not like Jewish people. And Candace Owens, I believe, happens to be married to one of them.
But what's crazy is like Trump's doing everything he told you he was going to do.
Exactly.
So I don't understand where everybody is going crazy. Like, oh, Trump, man, he turned his back. The man was on Twitter telling you he finna do this shit.
Hey, money. Money.
Like, what are you mad about?
I got a friend named Afro Think Tank. I call him Afro Think Tank. Very good guy. Go watch his YouTube channel. That guy, one day, just decided to go rant anti-Trump stuff on YouTube. Do you know in 2 months, that man channel went from 18,000 subscribers to 50,000 subscribers. This is not a fluke. It's not a coincidence. If you bash Trump, your social media media presence grows.
Yeah, it goes crazy.
She's not dumb.
Because people start to hate bond with you. Oh, you don't like Trump either? Let me just support.
Yes.
Because I don't like Trump.
And
that's just what it is.
And when he criticized the Democrats one time, trying to be like, he was trying to bring it back to the middle, bro, they got his channel fucking
like you just saw they
demonetized.
They blew up, he did the interview, he came out and said, yeah, man, they don't know what the fuck they doing over there. Because when I was reading articles, they were celebrating the bombing, the bunker busting bombs. Yeah. Oh man, it was effortless. They went in there, they didn't fire one shot back, they completely leveled and destroyed all the bases. And come to find out, they were saying that, hey, the bombs really didn't do that much damage. They still standing over there.
No, that was just CNN, and CNN talking about an anonymous source told them that.
Yeah, they like, them bombs didn't reach what they were supposed to reach.
Listen to me. You drop 14, 30,000 pound bombs. They drilling shit. These guys, the one thing the United States know how to do is fuck some shit up. That's what they do well. What I'm going to say is this. My challenge, and I'm going to give y'all this one because I was going to do a show on this, but I'll throw this out here. It's the coldest part that nobody realized, show in Messiah. We've been arguing about China being a beast and they're going to get the United States. We've been arguing about Russia being a beast and going to get the United States. Iran and Russia are allies, right? This is what's got to freak them out. How come they couldn't see 7 B-2 Spirit bombers flying in Asian airspace for 18 hours and couldn't detect the explosions or nothing? That alone tells you that the United States tech is just on another level.
No, it's insane.
Because they couldn't even detect them niggas.
Iran got that.
Hold on. I agree. Because he literally said that. People called him crazy. Oh, China. So I'm like, bro, they got some shit that you don't even know exists.
That's why I was telling them we can't be fucked with.
Niggas was talking about China big and bad. But remember when I was on this show before and I told y'all that my cousin's a cryptologist in the Navy. That's military intelligence. The nigga told me, he said, Brandon, we have nuclear submarines in the South China Sea at the bottom of the ocean. They floating on top of us trying to find us, and we down there laughing at them because they can't see us. I said that a year and a half ago. Now we are finding out in real time, they can't see what America's doing in the sky. They can't see what America's doing under the ground. They're just not on our level, bro. They can't fuck with it.
No, they definitely can't fuck with it.
Then they launched Tomahawks from subs. China and Russia couldn't even detect those. We got stealth missiles, nigga.
Listen.
We already said
real quiet right now. No, real quiet over there right now.
No, for sure, man. We got advanced. Whatever you're seeing right now, they're at least a couple decades in advance from that.
Easily.
Like they got We ain't even gonna start talking about the frequency weapons.
Nigga, they got the
where
fucking
they're
invisible ray
destroying
gun.
you just with sound and lasers. Like,
Yeah.
we ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole yet.
Right.
We will eventually. We're gonna have a conspiracy episode. But I'm telling you, they got some weapons for your ass.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I know the Chinese is like, damn, we thought we was catching them, nigga. They all over our ass.
listen, the Chinese better go get in touch with them lizard people that's exchanging that technology for what they want. And they better try to get some of them cloaking devices that we got over here and make some shit happen. That's
Iran,
all I'm
like, why
saying.
you didn't warn us? Some niggas like, we didn't see it, nigga. Because them warning Iran, hey, incoming, woo, ain't even an act of aggression or nothing. For them not even to be able to do that, United States military scary.
Nah, they've been scary since the beginning of the time. We all know that. It is what it is. Hey, go US. US first. That's
Hey,
all I'm
listen,
saying.
Kicking ass.
And I don't know if y'all watched that UFO hearing, but y'all might want to go tap into that.
Did y'all see the thing where they was like how Israel launched the missiles? People really thought Israel flew planes over and dropped bombs. No, bro. They had people already in the country with the missile launchers, ground-based missile launchers on trucks for like a year. They just basically went to the trucks, pulled the shit out, set it up, and shot it. Like, Israel was in Iran for a year and a half. They didn't even know.
Nah, for sure.
Crazy shit.
Nah, for sure. And
I'm looking at the mailman thing.
But nah, for sure. They said they got them over here. They said a lot of them was at these kiosks in the mall, like getting intel, just acting like they selling t-shirts and shit. They really was low key
Doing phone
posted up,
screen repair.
ready to go crazy. But y'all go look up that UFO hearing they had the other day about the UEPs and all of that, and they talking about, they have confirmed the ships coming out of the ocean and they're in contact with them. And we gonna go down that because I got all the details in the phone, but we're running out of time. But I just want to throw that in y'all ear so y'all can catch up with that. So when we come back around, probably tomorrow and tell you more about it, you'll be in tune with what's going on. But yeah, I think it was a good hearing, but it was a lot of information that we already knew. They didn't really reveal anything.
They're not gonna tell us
They
shit.
didn't really reveal anything that we didn't know.
That's the alien tech they're using in them B-2
No,
Spirit
yeah.
bombers.
That's basically what they were saying was, they got tech in exchange for blah, blah, blah. They recovered a lot of crafts and reverse engineered. Really, I think they cutting backdoor deals with them green people, but we'll go down that rabbit hole later. And apparently they've been getting radio signal waves from under the ice in Antarctica, and they believe it's another world down there.
Maybe
We'll
it's
get into that too.
Maybe it's the mineral mountains like the one they found in Afghanistan.
Bingo.
Maybe that's because
Maybe.
they finding all these minerals and then you don't hear nothing else about it. They probably giving that to the aliens.
Are they actually finding this stuff, or are they just exposing it?
They
to
finding that
I
shit.
think they sprinkling little by
Why do
little.
you think they trying to fight for colonization in certain
No, I'm
areas,
saying,
bro?
but
You already know.
I'm saying what I'm getting at is that they know about all this stuff already, but they're just making it seem like to us like they're just figured this out. Like,
No, absolutely. Because they said a scientist discovered a way to use like frequency, radio waves to move objects. So now everybody's freaking out, going, "Oh, that's how they built the pyramid."
saying like how they can move everything in the room.
Yeah, they
I
saying
did see that.
saying they discovered it, but it was already here. So if you go study like Nikola Tesla, he already knew all this stuff. This is why when he died, they took all of his work. It disappeared.
Lo and behold,
And
that's
it-
why they knocked Tesla off, because he knew too much.
Bingo, that's all I'm saying. Bro already knew how to get Wi-Fi. Bro knew how to get free energy. Like, bro was literally going to start giving this stuff out for free. They wind up allegedly whacking his ass and taking all his work and selling it to us.
Just
He was
think
gonna give
about
for
it,
free.
man. Even how big Tesla is right now, where do y'all think that really came from? And even on top of that, like if you know about anything about, like we talked about before, the 369 methods and all that stuff with frequencies and numbers, Tesla knew all that, and they knocked him off and really basically took all his work and don't want you to know about it, because Tesla would have probably expanded the consciousness to a whole nother level. We wouldn't even be dealing with a lot of this stuff we out here dealing with.
The power of 369. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to the Yin Yang Twins. They threw that shit in the song. Y'all thought they was just playing.
369. I didn't
Y'all thought they was just playing. The biggest tapped in, man. Shout out
They
to the
look
Yin
like
Yang Twins.
aliens.
Facts.
But y'all go tap in with Define Brandon, aka Uncle Ruckus' YouTube channel. Y'all will catch him over there at No Jumper Causing Ruckus. Y'all will catch us over there at No Jumper Causing Ruckus. Y'all tap in. He should be sliding with his Monday over there, so he'll go make his No Jumper debut.
You gonna come through? Show about to.
Show.
See, this is why I had to get on show, bro. I gotta get on, bro.
Yeah. You got
gotta
to get him ready, cuz. You got to
I'm
put him
ready
in the
for it.
gym.
Yeah,
That's what he was doing just now.
Yeah.
What you mean?
He was sparring you.
He was sparring
He
with
almost
you,
made
getting-
you jump out your skin.
He started getting
It wasn't content for us. I was like,
you gotta catch it,
I
girl.
had it. Like, nigga, shit. It's content, baby.
You got to get ready for the filibuster, the over talking,
I
the
peeped
troll,
that shit,
all
yeah.
that. You got to get ready, bro.
No, it's all good. I can't wait to see.
You got to get ready for the chat. Who the fuck is this nigga?
Oh man, listen.
You got to get ready for all that.
Jumper.
They gonna like Short over there.
Hey,
Yeah. If Show come with his comedic side,
They
they gonna
hate
love him.
everybody at first, though.
Nah, I think they gonna. I think he gonna.
They hate
I
you
think they gonna
unless you
embrace
funny.
him.
If you funny, then they love you.
Nah, that's all
Facts.
Because they was fucking with JJ.
Yeah, I did like him. I saw that. I watched all episodes.
Some of them was hating on his song, but
I
it
don't
was
know
cool.
what the rest of them people was even doing on the shit. Like, I was like,
I fuck with Jaleese, cuz she get a lot of hate. I
she
fuck
didn't
with her.
say anything, bro. Come on.
Nah, she
I
talked
like
with
her
us.
Too. She's cool, but
I didn't know she get hate like that. That's
Nah,
crazy,
she talked
man.
with us because when she with y'all, she really don't be talking. But I was low key forcing her to talk because I kept directing like questions. at
right,
her.
you could bring it out. Yeah, I think a lot of people over there don't know how to. Like you're a good host. I was telling that nigga out. I'm like, viral them. They the best, damn near some of the best hosts ever over here because y'all know how to like how y'all did whack. Oh my god!
Shout out to Wack, cuz.
Whack.
Hey, bro.
Shout out to
Hey,
Wack.
Wack was
had a 3-year
representing.
gangbanging career until this nigga dragged it out.
I didn't even drag it out. He
Masai
did his
walked
own
it down,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wack.
Masai was asking those Perry Mason questions. I said, shit, this like a fucking drama. I was waiting, bro. Hey.
Hey, I was crying because before the show started, somebody sent like a screenshot of Wack, like kind of sizing bro up.
that was
I'm like, that
crazy.
shit was funny as
I didn't
hell.
even
'cause
see
didn't
that.
even
I wish
see
I would have
that
seen
shit.
that when we did the interview with him.
Hey.
Wack was
I said,
grilling
Wack
the
a
nigga.
fool, cuz
Yeah.
Wack know how to troll niggas.
That shit
Man,
was
like a
must-see
motherfucker.
TV. That
Okay.
was must-see TV, bro. I watched that whole thing. I said, I was driving through LA like, dang, these niggas is in here really potting. Yeah,
Nah,
that's
for
good.
sure. I knew he was gonna pop up on you too. They like, oh, he won't sit down with Brown. I'm like, bro, he gonna pop up on
Yeah,
Brown.
he
was building it.
I
He was
never
building
did
it.
shit to him, so I knew it was like, oh, this is like.
Flacco talking about fake numbers and all that. I'm like, okay, they be building them storylines up on niggas.
Look, you nigga.
Flacco's my guy.
Yeah.
I don't
Brandon been
know.
on his
Nah,
helmet
I don't
lately,
know
yeah.
because
Yeah.
Brandon been on his helmet lately. I think Flacco low key.
I'm on everybody
Plotting
helmet.
No,
on this nigga.
Flacco thought he was exempt. you know, he thought he was exempt. That's what made him like, oh man, you getting on me there?
Hey,
Like,
Flacco was championing this nigga. Then
Man.
this nigga come up, fuck you, Flacco. You're from a failed nation.
Well, it's just the truth. It's just.
Flacco like,
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Hold
They
on,
been going
cuz.
in on Flacco. Flacco, you got to tap in on. As a matter of fact, you got to come fuck with us. They talking about he from Philly and all type of shit.
from North Dakota.
they ain't put a video out.
They bringing up
Libya,
videos. They saying he
Liberia,
from Philly,
Liberia.
man.
Yeah, I heard
Niggas
I
come
heard
to about
Flacco
with the
really from
elementary
Philly.
with you, but
They like, why Flacco lying about his elementary school? Cuz, I
Flacco, we're
went to
not gonna
school
call
with him.
ice on
he a
you.
young bull. He can't
Nut-ass
cry.
young bull.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
Shout out to Flacco though.
Hey,
man.
Lus finally grew some balls. Cuz got on your helmet. I didn't even know he said all that shit. I'm like, cuz, let me go watch this clip.
On
He
me?
said- yeah, he like, you a Crip dropout or some shit, cuz.
Oh,
had
when? I
said.
didn't see it. Yesterday?
Nah, you was sitting there.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said, okay, look at Lush growing
Man,
some balls over
hey.
there, cuz.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, I be just trying to bring it out of people. Like, come on, bro. Like, we can't be the top niggas in the game if everybody over here trying to glaze and apologize and
Nah, that's
scared
facts.
to say what they want to say. Just say what you gonna say, nigga. Like, it don't matter if a nigga from a hood or what. Nigga, you agreed to come in a podcast space. That's on you, nigga. Your hood shit end at the door. We ain't dissing you. We ain't gonna let nobody diss you. But at the same time, you got to be a man at the end of the day. Niggas get in jail and program just fine.
Shout
Facts.
out to Lush though. He a cool nigga.
No, Lush cool.
Get a lot of hate for whatever reason for the glazing. I understand why. But,
Lush get like
but-
love,
but-
hate though. Niggas fuck
Yeah.
with Lush.
Yeah.
But we really fuck with Lush. That's why we feel like we could kind of criticize.
I fuck with Lush because Lush ain't afraid to debate. Even though we be cooking him effortlessly, he still a put up his dukes and get out there with you. You know, like a lot of these other
He ain't
people
gonna
that
be like Adam
shut
and pick
down.
up-
Lush said he was
Yeah,
up
like
3-0.
Adam.
Yeah, this nigga Lush
He ain't
crazy
gonna be
as
like
hell.
Adam and pick up the chat GPT. What's chat GPT said?
Yeah, you know, Lush get to throwing out a bunch of big words and shit or big words to the audience. But yeah, shout out to Lush, man. Y'all got anything else? Get up out of here.
That's it, man.
Oh,
All right,
nigga. Did y'all watch the NBA draft? Remember they was talking about they was
Oh my God, where they find these soft ass kids?
man, hey, start back. Hey, we need
You
to
was
start going
soft
back to the
'cause he wore a
trenches.
blazer with no shirt?
Make masculinity
Can they hoop?
great again.
I
Niggas
think-
used to
I
dress
think-
like that back in the day, bro.
Nah, a
Stop.
lot of
No,
that,
bro,
a
we
lot
not
of
going
that is
for that.
true. A lot of that is true, but still at the end of the day, I think a lot of like you was talking about the hunger stuff, them niggas, because basketball you get money in college now too, right?
Yeah, NIL for sure.
Yeah, so now all the NIL stuff, people not going as hard because before you had the NIL, you either came out of high school when they stopped that, or you had to get them years in college, at least a couple years, and now you know you get to the NFL to finally get your bag.
You low-key
So the
getting
hunger
in
was
high
still
school,
there.
too. You
I'm
get in
just,
high school, too.
yeah, I'm saying now, but now you're getting the bread before that. So you like, well, if I get X amount of money, I'm good regardless if I hit the NBA or not. So that hunger is taken away.
Yeah.
Minus what you said, like you saying, people coming from the trenches and stuff like that. And that's why it's so crazy that like the LeBron hate, I ain't even gonna lie, because if you think about him, he was a single mother. He had came from a single mother home. Yeah.
He was a single mother. It's crazy.
He came from a single mother home, but he came in the trenches of Ohio, grew up out of all that. He was a prominent NBA star, never had the pressure that no NBA player ever had the amount of pressure LeBron had when he came in with social media and transitioning and everything in that sense, and was a scholar on and off the court without hearing nothing.
And put his homies on too.
What trenches did LeBron come from? They basically,
Ohio.
They knew the dude was the chosen one. CT was like 9 years old, bro.
Nobody knew he was chosen at 9.
Yeah, bro, go look up his history, nigga.
He got that tattoo where he's like,
bro, they
low
had
key.
the man living
He got
in the
a tattoo
suburbs.
at 9?
What I'm saying is like if you go down them occult rabbit holes, they low key like chose this.
Bro,
shit.
that's
I understand all that, but he still was
sideways though. I feel
he still was a hooper. What I'm saying is majority the hate that he gets the unbearable hate. Regardless of he flop and do all that other shit. Hate on him for that, but niggas wake up and just hate LeBron.
Niggas just trash.
Is he?
You said LeBron is trash?
LeBron is trash is crazy.
Yeah.
LeBron is trash, bro.
LeBron is trash is crazy. Bro been good since now.
Saying LeBron is trash is like saying
you just sat here and said he was a
Kenny
coach
was
is
top
none.
5.
Nigga, I'm Kobe till I die.
Crazy.
You can be
It ain't
Kobe.
got nothing to do with that.
Two things can be
So
true.
Kobe couldn't be good and LeBron couldn't be good since they compared
LeBron
him.
is just not top 3. Kobe is. Easy.
Wait. So who's your top 3 then? Just real quick, because I know we're about to wrap it up.
My top 3?
Just top 3.
Jordan, Kobe, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No centers. Because no centers. So no Shaq,
no centers.
Yeah, just 1 through 4. Like
Jordan, no, Kobe, Jordan. You want me to do in order?
It don't matter. Just
Okay.
your top 3. They got to play from point guard to power forward. No bigs.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Then I would have to say Jordan, Kobe, and do they have to have titles?
Whoever your top 3. No, they don't have to have titles. Whoever you feel was great.
Jordan, Kobe, and Allen Iverson.
You got AI over LeBron?
Hell yeah.
So this
I
was
disagree.
Size, accomplishment with less, and just overall drive to win, man. Like, just,
So what I'm gonna say is this though. What's so crazy? I love Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. But majority of people, unless you was a real Laker fan, a lot of niggas actually hated Kobe when he was playing. He's getting a lot of flack now. Yeah, they was talking all the shit. Ball hog. He caught the case. He was getting
When he
got
caught the
his
case,
shit fired up. He
no
was getting
lie,
marked
when he caught
out.
the case though, he was balling though.
I'm not saying that though, but people had so much hate for Kobe while he was here. Until the back end of his career, people started appreciating him. You can go to old highlights of announcers and people, how much hate they had for Kobe. Not everybody acting like they was just preordained with Kobe. Like, it's crazy to me. But now the hate he getting is even more crazy now too, because more players are starting to come out. It's like when they hate somebody, it starts to exude. You can't hide it. You know what I'm saying?
But,
like you starting to see player announcers, well, Kobe wasn't that good. And
but
this and
the
that.
analysts always have hated Kobe because Kobe wasn't I'm going to go talk and do interviews all the time. That's why they hate him, because ESPN felt like...
but he was
but
I'm saying even people like, oh, he was a ball hog. He was this, he was that. Like,
but if you look at every NBA player, and that's who I go by, what are your peers saying about you? Because they played you.
I'm saying even they
love that nigga.
What I'm getting at is this even these same NBA players had different opinions maybe years before why Kobe was here. Now that he's not here, they're coming out more.
I never saw players diss Kobe.
Nah, them niggas hating on Kobe.
Paul Pierce.
A lot of them was saying, I don't even want to play with Kobe because he's a fucking
Pierce
ball
just
hog.
said Kobe's like the greatest player ever.
Yeah, that's
You're not
Pierce.
hearing what I'm saying.
Enemies, nigga. We fought
that's
for 2
Pierce,
titles.
but they was damn near Pierce going at it in the finals.
But for your peers to say you are the greatest, nigga, that's amazing.
No, but there were players in the league who had
I'm saying
Kobe hate.
at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying at the time of
Raja
his
Bell.
Chris
his
Childs
prime-
fired on Cub. Like, what are we talking about? Blaze
Chris
the nigga.
Childs.
Like, lit that
And
nigga
Kobe crushed the
chin
nigga
up.
with his wallet.
Yeah, Kobe lit his chin. I mean, he lit Kobe chin
But
up.
no players who play with LeBron who were really rivals to the nigga be like, he's the greatest. They be like, man, that nigga's...
But you got to think, what it takes to be great and to be known as the greatest, low-key gonna get you hated. They were saying the same thing about Jordan. Man, this
But
dude
what
an
does LeBron
asshole.
have
I
other
don't
than
like
a bunch
playing
of
with Jordan.
stats?
He beating up his teammates.
No.
He doing this, he doing that. But that's what it takes to be
LeBron
great.
got no iconic moments, bro.
What you talking about? He came back and beat the Golden State Warriors.
The only person to do that.
Come on, bro.
Kyrie Irving beat the Golden State Warriors.
Nah, bro. LeBron
with that last shot.
Okay. It takes
LeBron
a team.
almost-
It's a team
Kyrie
sport.
didn't
But
hit that
LeBron
shot,
blocked shots
they
as
lose.
well.
So his 51 points didn't mean nothing.
Nope.
So you basically saying that
Kobe scored 51. I think Kobe has the record for the most 50-point games in a row.
When the Lakers,
what does that mean? I'm just saying
that
in
means-
that series, you said it's 51 points.
the
Take
shit-
his 51 points away and they lose.
That means the shit you're celebrating about LeBron is shit Kobe did.
But
like
why
it
do
was
you have to
nothing.
even make it about Kobe?
But the Lakers wouldn't have been their first three-peat. They wouldn't have been great if Robert Horry wasn't key for the Portland Trailblazer game and the Sacramento Kings game.
Yep.
When Vlade
Derek
Divac
Fisher
patted
hit
back
the
out.
point for
Exactly. With
Like,
San
come
Antonio,
on,
you
man.
can't
Yep.
just say that, bro. It
But
takes
what
a
I'm
team.
telling you
but he
is-
was a key.
and
LeBron
then
is a key.
And you know what's crazy?
Shaq has moments where it's like, damn, they couldn't have did without him. Robert Horry had those moments. Kobe has that moments.
LeBron
if you
does
look at
too.
LeBron's teams, LeBron don't got no moment in the finals where he really saved the
That's
game.
cap.
Bro,
None.
That's cap.
and this is why they criticize and they hate LeBron. Nobody, not Jordan, not Kobe, with that Cleveland team would have beat the Spurs when LeBron was 22 years old in the NBA Finals. And
I don't believe that.
Nobody would have beat the Spurs. Nigga,
I don't
Who
believe
he
that.
had on his team at that time?
Nobody.
Bro, the man-
nobody.
the nigga scored the last 25 points in the fourth quarter straight.
And Kobe
Nobody else on the team
And Kobe
did.
scored the 25 points against the San Antonio.
All
the
I'm
Sacramento
saying is
Kings.
his losses, like Jordan is flawless in the finals when he went, but they played nobodies. You played like the Supersonics was who Gary
played the
Payton,
Lakers when they
that
was-
was it.
he played the Lakers.
Magic wasn't there. And then even certain teams, it's like them teams was not better than the teams
fam,
that
you gotta-
either Kobe or LeBron had to face.
This is the biggest thing that kills that argument. Kobe beat basically single-handedly. He beat a team with 5 fucking all-stars.
Kobe did
I
not
agree
start
with that.
his
Hall of
rookie.
Famers.
No,
I agree
Kobe
with
did
that.
not start
We're
his
talking
rookie
about
year.
si-
I'm
Nah.
saying
Listen,
Kobe.
no,
No,
we
I'm
don't
not
talk
trying
about
to
that.
make this about Kobe. I'm just saying that the hate that LeBron gets is not always deserving. Kobe is great. LeBron can be great. The same way.
Kobe is LeBron is a good player. He's a great player. But what I'm telling you, when it comes to the niggas who like, in my perspective, embody like basketball, the grind, the grit, the accomplishments, I just don't look at LeBron as a hard worker. I look
was
at
the
LeBron
face.
as a hard
LeBron
Now
worker.
look at that, this nigga crazy.
Play at an elite level at 40 years old. You
LeBron-
say this nigga ain't a
Not
hard
a
worker.
hard worker is
No
crazy.
defense.
Do you
Listen,
see his
LeBron-
training regimen?
But I'm saying
This
LeBron.
nigga
Are you
is
crazy?
He
Hey, can I
made
tell you
one
something?
fucking
Though?
video.
LeBron was always the face of the team anywhere he went. When Kobe first came in the league, it was Shaq team. Eddie Jones, Nick Van Ness was starting over
That's
Kobe.
fine.
He never had the pressure until he got older. After Shaq left, that's when it became Kobe team. So he was groomed to be great.
Kobe could have went to a
LeBron
garbage
never had a
Eastern
chance.
Conference team, too.
LeBron always was the man, no matter what. No
If
matter what
LeBron
age
would
he
have had a Phil Jackson and Shaq in his prime,
exactly, it would have been
they
different.
for sure go back
The
to
man
that.
had Pat Riley in Miami.
Again,
Phil Jackson coached Jordan. He had the triangle offense. He coached Kobe with the same thing.
Jordan also had
LeBron's not playing in a triangle offense.
What you mean?
He
He
just
no,
wanted
he
to
doesn't.
be.
No,
He's
what
not.
I'm saying is Kobe had help. He had Shaq to lean on. He had Nick Van Exel. He had Eddie Jones. He
Man,
had Coach.
if you don't get
What are
out of
you
here,
talking about?
Nick Van
If you
Exel
don't
was
get out of
there.
here,
That's
So,
crazy.
No,
Kobe,
bro.
I know, he just
Nick Van
said
Exel.
Nah, bro.
I ain't gonna
Nick
lie.
Van Exel was a nigga, bro,
He
back
can't
then.
even go right.
Nick was a
It
nigga,
don't
kid.
matter though.
Kobe is the truth. Kobe did his thing, especially in the playoffs. They try to negate that. Like even with Shaq fouled out, Kobe took over. Like I'm just saying
Not
that
his first year.
We're not talking about no first year.
First
LeBron
year.
didn't do
Kobe
shit
had
either
like
his first year.
Kobe was working on his third ring by like 23 or 24 or something like that.
Bruh,
So
Kobe lost Shaq, didn't do a bitch move like LeBron and jump teams to some.
or needed Shaq to come over there. If no Shaq, you could say now because he got it without Powell. I mean, when
No,
Powell
Shaq
and them
was
came
there.
over there,
Shaq was
Shaq
there.
was
He
not
was
there.
there.
He got
He was
traded.
with the Magic, nigga. They brought Shaq over there.
Kobe was
Yeah,
there.
So
Shaq
what
got
I'm
there.
saying is they brought Shaq because they know they was gonna need some help. Regardless, Jordan was the same nigga asking for Dennis Rodman and all these other people, nigga, to come over there and play with him. He didn't have to go to another team, nigga. Kobe was demanding a trade, nigga, before they brought niggas
No,
over
for
there.
sure, for
Fuck is
sure.
niggas
But
talking
what
about?
I'm
you
saying-
do?
Get
but what
off.
I'm
He was
saying-
ready to shake, nigga.
No, but
Nigga, you
Shaquille
forgetting
O'Neal-
about that part,
But
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal was on the Lakers before Kobe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shaq was the man. That's what I was talking about with Eddie Jones and all them, bro.
All
Because
the-
he was trying
And
to get
Shaq
their
couldn't
spot.
win shit until Kobe got there. Niggas swear Kobe couldn't do nothing without Shaq. Shaq was with the Lakers. They was like making the playoffs. They lost, I believe. And then Kobe came and they start winning. Kobe
also
was
got
as
Ron
essential to
Harper.
those win-
That
Listen,
first
Damn, I forgot about
but what
Ron
I'm
Harper.
We had, but I'm saying that's
Ron Harper was old. Ron Harper was old.
Harper was a key point
But
guard
what I'm
because What I'm trying to tell
Nah,
you,
Ron
Ron
Harper
Harper
was a
played
key
with
at the
Jordan.
time.
Ron Harper was still giving game to who?
Show.
Kobe. No, bro, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You forgot that first roster. We had Ron Harper
You
at
say
point guard.
nah, you say nah, bro, and then repeat the same point. Okay, I got that.
Bro,
What
You
I'm
ain't,
saying,
you ain't letting them land. That's
this
why.
nigga
Yeah.
crazy.
man, he said, okay, bro, I let him.
He was trying to get more into
Bro,
what he was
Who was
saying.
listen,
They try to act like Kobe couldn't do shit without Shaq.
I'm not never
realizing
saying that,
Shaq
though.
couldn't do shit without Kobe.
They both proved. They
Shaq
both.
won
They
the
both
championship
proved each
without
other wrong.
Kobe first when he went to Miami because he had D-Wade.
They both proved
What's
each
your
other
point?
wrong.
Shaq was a superstar before Kobe was even a
Before
superstar.
Shaq met
was
Kobe, before Shaq met
he made it to the finals.
No,
he made it to the finals.
Let me
with
ask
the
you a
Magic.
question.
Go ahead.
Before Shaq met Kobe, how many
He made it to the
championships?
finals. None.
No, let me ask you.
None.
Okay.
He won none.
And then when he met Kobe, he got 3, right?
Okay, then
when
he got a
left,
fourth.
then he left Kobe, he got a 4th. Then Kobe got 4th and 5th.
Again, look how long it took. Though.
It was Kobe who was the catalyst of that team, not Shaq.
Yeah, no, not
telling
the first
you.
3 championships. It was
Shaq
Shaq, bro.
was a reliable center who went for 30.
Why did he get the
Dominate that.
MVP?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Why did he get the MVP?
Because Shaq
It was
carried
going to
the
Shaq
team.
for sure.
Shaq got the MVP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was going to Shaq, no questions.
Why though?
But
It was
can-
his team at the
Let
time.
me ask you this. Let me say this. The minute Kobe got another center who wasn't named Shaq, who was able to put up 30 and play defense, Kobe won another title. So what I'm telling you is
They lost to the Celtics that first
But
time, though,
listen,
because we was too soft.
when
in
he
the
got Bynum, that's when they went and got Artest. But they lost to the Celtics because of Trevor Ariza, really.
Niggas
He's
laughed
getting
at me
old.
when I said Ron Artest.
Ron Artest,
I
they
love
brought
it.
Ron
Niggas
Artest in
laughed
for the
at me.
muscle. They brought
does that
Ron
mean?
That's
Artest.
what I said.
did.
Niggas
No.
laughed at me when I said
We was
Ron
talking
Artest.
about starting a team. Would you ever start a team with just Ron Artest? If you
I
had
didn't
to
say it
build a
was
team.
just Ron Artest.
Shit, you
nigga.
got defense.
That's what I was saying.
You got
I
defense.
said bring Ron Artest. He brought that
No,
over
you
to
said you
LA.
didn't say bring. We was
If you-
talking about.
No,
We was talking about top
they went and
players.
got.
nigga.
I said they went and got Ron Artest.
No, you didn't. Nigga,
to
that wasn't
bring
even an
the
argument,
you
nigga.
crazy
We was
as fuck.
talking about top players. You named Ron
No,
Artest.
Ron
I said they
Artest-
brought Ron Artest to
Ron
bring
Artest
that
not even a
to
Hall
the
of
locker
Famer.
room, nigga.
Ron Artest not even a Hall of Famer.
Ron Artest won us that last championship.
He
though.
definitely
He didn't
did.
win.
Did he or did he not?
He
That
contributed.
game
That's
seven.
all I'm
No, that
saying.
He
game-
Yes.
contributed.
It was game 7.
That's all I
stepped
was
up.
saying, cuz.
He
stepped up.
Oh, you're a
contributed.
Laker fan.
Die hard,
But you,
bro.
well, LeBron is on the Lakers. Damn.
Yeah, come on, bro. What you
LeBron
saying?
sucks, nigga. Ain't no way you about to argue that.
bro. All right, so when we won it in the bubble, it wasn't his fault.
Hell, that don't even count.
All right.
Asterisk, nigga. Asterisk.
But your NBA peers that you say all the NBA players, they said that was one of the hardest runs ever. Was the bubble?
Yeah, because they know if they say something bad about COVID, they getting canceled.
Ain't nothing got to do with COVID. But share, like, and subscribe, man.
Man.
These niggas is on bullshit. You know
Viral
what I'm
way,
saying?
baby.
Viral way or no way. Shout out to all the Viral Way members. Tap in,
What's
man.
going on? We out of here.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.